Bam! Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show, baby. Today we're going to break it down. We're going to have some fun. We're going to talk about the charts. We're going to see what's up, what's down, what's cracking. We see some alts actually taking a bit of a hit right now. Atom down 6%, Sushi down, Mana down, but people are piling into Bitcoin. People are piling into Chainlink. We see mass movement. You know, big institutions have to buy, and they can only buy so many good coins. There's not that many good coins out there. You know, talking to Bill Noble last night, he's not only old, but an older analyst who's been in the game for a long time. You can see the institutional money pouring into Chainlink. Chainlink didn't go up out of nowhere. Think about it. Why did they jump into Chainlink? There was a reason. We're going to break it down. But I want to teach you guys I'm a poor master. That's right. I'm a poor master. And who wants to see the poor real quick? Real fast. I know. But, I got to do something different every once in a while. So, look. Will I spill the poor? All right? And it's going to get crazy. All right? We're going to start up here. And we're going to go lower and lower and lower. Oh, no. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Put the lemon in the water. My feet are soaking wet right now. It's all wet on my mat. Feels kind of slippery and slimy. A little weird on that gooey surface there. I do have a stand-up mat. You got to do it. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Let's take a big sip of the lemon water. Let's dehydrate. Let's decalcify the pineal gland. Let's hydrate ourselves. Let's get it in. Caspa continuing to pump regardless of the market. People want their Casper, and they want it now. Caspa breaking out of this trend line. Does it continue to pump to the upside? There's a chance it will. Pretty crazy. It did just break out of this trend line. I wanted to get down to that 618. Will it ever get there? Or could we say we're still inside? No, I mean, I feel like we slightly broke out. Could it be a fake out? We'll talk about that in a while. Bang, bang, bang. This is called a wet stream. That's kind of funny, huh? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. And let's break down Bitcoin and let's talk about what's happening for BTC. Trouble in paradise, right? Massive dumpage. Look at this. And I told you, CPI day is going to be crazy. They're going to do weird things to the market. I can't explain why they're doing it, but they're going to play with your emotions. They are doing something strange. It's constant manipulation recently, constant playing with the charts, constant playing with your emotions. You can feel it. I can see it. Look, Bitcoin was about to rip. They flipped it on the 1 hour, all right? We bounced above the 200 SMA. Here's the deal. Here is the deal. Everyone who's bullish or bearish or all that, you must, and I say, it's not clickbait. You know, what did the live stream say? Because I'm always looking at it, but it says Bitcoin, this one indicator tells all. This is it. If you lose this 200 SMA and we start closing multiple candles, we are going to dump to the 2 hour 200 SMA, which is waiting for us right down here at 35,494. You must have a stop in place. You must realize that just what you're doing is a probability, and sometimes it's not going to go in your favor. As long as you are profitable over time, that is all that matters. I am profitable over time. That's what matters to me, okay? I don't care if I lose a trade here and there. It happens. The key is to stick to my conviction, stick to my trading guns, and keep sticking to what I believe in. Now, look, this was a beautiful double bottom, right? But they do like to sweep the lows of the double bottom. Not every time, but many times. I wouldn't be surprised if they came down here and snatched everyone that made a stop loss down here because they see the whole world being, oh, it's a double bottom. I'm going to put a stop loss down there. You know what I mean? So just remember, watch out for a massive, massive liquidation right there where they just grab a bunch of people. All right? Let's take a look at BOOKMAP. Now we're losing the 200 SMA on the 1 hour time frame. That is not a good sign. Bang, bang, bang. Not a good sign. Okay? It's because liquidity is still fellow, and we have more whales and institutions in the market. Big boys play big boy games. Sorry, big boy trader. Bang, bang, bang. DXY is damping. I know, right? But the dollar can dump with the DXY. And look, it's simple stuff. That is a bounce right there. That is resistance. See my line? If you can't get above resistance, expect more downside. You must break back above resistance. Too many traders are using 100 indicators, but they're not using the simplest one, support and resistance. You must use support and resistance. I'm telling you right now, it is so important that you use support or resistance. I see too many people playing games with 1,000 indicators. I'm going to say it again, and they can't just put an Alt-H or an Alt-J line on the chart. You must use support or resistance. Look, I had this marked clearly, right? I even showed you that this could possibly be a shoulder, a bigger head, and a right shoulder. There's a chance that could play out. We're going to break down the bigger and the smaller time frames. We're going to do our top-down analysis. But right now, you're watching if Bitcoin is going to go lower. If it closes this candle below the 200 SMA, we are in trouble. If it does not, we are likely going to bounce right back to the upside. So this is it. This indicator tells all to me. The second we go lower than this, we are going to have a bit of an issue. And what I like to do is I like to show and prove every time I do something like this and teach you. And I like to show you anything you want. So like Tesla, you know, because we can do this on Euro, Forex, Tesla. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. But look, once you fell below the 200 SMA on the 1 hour, look what happened. You barely retested it. Tesla was gone, baby. All right? This is a known thing. Right here, you fell below the 200 SMA on the 1 hour. We were gone. All right? Right here, we fell below the 200 SMA on the 1 hour. We were gone. Right here, we fell below the 200 SMA on the 1 hour. We were gone. Right here, we fell below the 200 SMA on the 1 hour. That created the massive dump for the biggest short for Tesla ever. And so you can see every single time we've closed a candle, or multiple candles at least, below the 200 SMA on the 1 hour time frame, it begins the melee to the downside. Now watch this. This is what's interesting. Once you lose the 200 SMA, you swip to the 4 hour, you're likely to come to the 200 SMA on the 4 hour time frame. This is the key. So I'm going to show you what's happening for Bitcoin right now, and we're going to break it down. Jason, DCA is the way. I must increase my bust. Shout out to Soleil Moon Fry. That's funny. I remember that show. Yeah. Punky Brewster, man. Shout out to OMAC. Good morning. The baby is back. OMAC. The baby is back. 8 weeks, and we're on for possibly the legacy. The legacy may continue. Bang, bang, bang. You know, my dad, my grandfather had my dad and my dad's brother. My dad had a son. I had a son. My dad had a son, which was me, and my uncle had a son. Neither of us have had a son. So if I don't pull out a kid, the legacy of my grandfather, the family name, is over. You know, the daughters will take someone else's name, and the Price name will be over. it'll be done. And so, can I pull out the legacy? Can I get it going? These are the bigger questions, right? Bitcoin price is fun, but these are the bigger questions of life. We can sit on these small time frames and talk about 34 or 35. Remember, just a week ago, we couldn't get back above $35,000. So this is a bit of a falling wedge. We do have a bit of a double bottom going here. Bounce, bounce, bounce. This is definitely support. All right. See how I grab that and I can double click this and just call it support. So right now, Bitcoin is holding support. Could be a bounce. Ooh, just a nasty dump right there, though, the second I said that. We're now below the 200 SMA on the 1 hour time frame. No good. Once I see that, I switch to a smaller time frame. Look there's a bear flag right there. Could it be a double bottom to hold us on support, though? See? Yikes. Price action is funny, man. They've been playing games with price action literally ever since the weekend, and we had that kind of like we went sideways. This is also an Adam and Eve double top. You see it right here? It played out absolutely beautifully. 1, 2 on the 1 minute, and that told you were going to break down from here to here to the neckline, and that's exactly what happened. Bang. Right? Now the 1 hour, the 1 minute is about to push down. The 1 minute is going to dump us pretty hard right now, and they're going for the liquidity. Let's take a look at Bookmap and see what's happening. My computer camera stopped working out of nowhere. I have no idea. Bitcoin is stop hunting for sure. Definitely. CPI data day. Every time they come out with CPI data, things are crazy. Jesus did not have a son, said my wife. Amen. That we know of. I'm just joking. Yeah, we don't know, right? Oh, he didn't have a son. Yeah. My wife said Jesus did not have a son, but he made us all sons of God, right? So we look at the liquidity for Bookmap, and we still have this fat order down here that would love to be filled. So there's a whale attempting to buy. When he buys, he needs you to go down the tubes. He's sitting at 35,680. He wants you to come on down and fill his bag. So far, we got a bit of a bounce on the smaller time frame. Shout out to 800 people on the live, 234 likes. Thank you for jumping on into the greatest show on earth, the Crypto Lifer Show. Amen. Yep. None that matters, just enjoy life. Amen. Negate. Your daughters could keep their maiden name. It would be kind of nice, right? She could marry a price, too. Hey, that's a good question. Tom reaches out on Twitter. My wife says Tom followed and sincerely reached out about helping to learn about trading. My wife says Tom followed and sincerely reached out. God bless. Likes up on the crew. Anyway, so, yeah. And I'm going to be wary of the comments today and not get myself wrapped up in the nonsense. Not going to happen. I promise I'm going to be with each and every one of you, with the people that love me. You know what I mean? So Bookmap suggests that we go lower. 35,690 doesn't mean it's a guarantee, but Bookmap is very, very accurate. It's suggesting that we do go further to the downside. So Adam and Eve double top played out. You can see that clear as day. Whenever you have this kind of triangle and then the arched sideways top, you get this movement. Let's take a look at the 1 minute chart, which tells us it's about to dump out of a descending triangle to the downside, right? Look at this. About to take a smash and grab here. And that's basically a descending triangle. If you go to like the 30-second or the 5, look at the double top there. 30-second is about to take a dump to the downside. We have a little bit of support right here that we're holding, but this is very likely a massive dump down, about to squeeze these these longs. So about to get a long squeeze, it looks like, for Bitcoin. I'd watch your stop losses. It looks like we're about to squeeze the longs as we speak. Just like I call a short squeeze, I can call you a long squeeze the same way. We're about to go down into this level of liquidity, 36,000 all the way. There you go. This is about to drop to 34,939. That's about what's about to happen, all right? That's what I see happening for Bitcoin right now. Boom. Look at it. Look at it. Massive, massive short squeeze. I just called it for you right before it happened. I can tell you where the market's going to go before it happens. I do it all the time. Look at it. Just hit my target. Bang. How many times have I showed you what's going to happen, and it happens immediately? Bang, bang, bang. You got to be quick. Did anybody jump on in to the short right there and were able to maximize potential profits? Now, I wouldn't be surprised if they V-shape recovery right up. That was a massive short liquidation. They definitely went after the shorts hardcore right now. Bang, bang, bang. What a nasty move. But now they're going to rip it right back up. Be careful, man. CPI day today. They had a bunch of people that went short, a bunch of people that went long. These are the longs on that double bottom getting absolutely wiped. All right? Whoa, look at this. Yikes. Yikes. This could easily V-shape recovery right back to the upside for the panic sellers. You know what I mean? Do we have a strong divergence? We have somewhat of a divergence here. It's not amazing, but it's okay. That technically swings up. Well, that's a massive swing down. We got to use the smaller time frames to see what's going on, and we continuously make these little bear flags. That's likely to continue to drop right now to the downside, in my humble opinion. Going lower. They're going to take Bitcoin down to 35,619 possibly. That is the next target if we cannot hold this level, okay? If your mentor can't tell you where the candle's about to go before it happens, no, right? But again, I could tell that there was liquidity waiting for us, and boom, what a drop to the downside. I didn't think it was going to drop that fast, but it was pretty obvious. Got in and out, ADX with 300, made 40%. Bang, bang, bang. All right. Hold your horses here now. Now, this is the, technically, we didn't get really a strong enough div in my humble opinion, but it definitely was a liquidation. A massive liquidation. They just liquidated anybody that thought they could get in on the ride. And if you panic sold or you had some type of emotions there, you likely got smashed. Okay? So take a deep breath. Everything's going to be okay. We could be making a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder here. We will find out when the blood stops. This channel is the channel that could show you what's going to happen before it happens. We take deep breaths. We stay relaxed. Everything's going to be okay. Bit of a shoulder, head, and a shoulder here. A bit of a cup and handle here. Back to the 200 SMA. Now we have a severe resistance for Bitcoin at 36,078. If you can't get back above that level, expect more downside. I don't like how the moving average, the stochastic RSI is stuck. All right. High pressure being a technical analyst in a situation like this. You got to keep your cool. You got to take a deep breath. You got to maintain. Look at this, though. That is a bear flag that likely could continue the length of the pole to the downside. All right. Measured move there is about 35,673 of this idea. But if we can hold the low, there's a chance that they just liquidated as many people as they could. And now they're going to go back. Now we got a bunch of shorts. A bunch of people open up a short at this double top here. There's a bunch of liquidity right here now. Likely they come and grab all of this liquidity. This is the game they play. If you're not quick to the jump, if you're not fast, if you don't have a long-term plan, you will have a serious issue in this market. I'm telling you right now. They're manipulating Bitcoin for whatever reason because they can. There was enough orders there that they took advantage. All right. What we want to do is see Bitcoin. Well, now it already just broke the first little resistance. That's a good sign right here. It broke through this resistance at 30,670. Can it hold, though? That's the key. All right. Can it hold? I didn't know Bitcoin was going to drop like that. The market told me it was going to drop like that. Look at when the moving averages get tight. Same scenario. Okay. Now you come and touch the 21-day moving average, and we could likely get a further move to the downside. Whenever they do the mass liquidation like that, I always sell because usually it's a fast move. That's the only thing about shorting. Long in the market, it comes up, it's sideways, it comes up. When you short the market, it just absolutely obliterates you. You're just like, brah. You know what I mean? I short when I have to. I don't like to short as much as I like to long, but it doesn't matter. I have to stay open-minded to make money, right? I got to look at it both ways. It doesn't matter what could happen, all right? So I came right on the stream, boom. I mean, that was insane, right? How fast that occurred. Insane. We got to replay that. That is insane. Your life's health is more important than your legacy. God bless you. Rip it down. I'll get some buys. Rip it up. I'll get some sells. Let's go. Either way, ready. I like it. I like it. All coins are like, nah. 50% win on the short. Shout out to Redman jumping on into the short. And look at the V-shaped recovery. Back to the upside. We're coming to the 200 SMA. It looked like, ooh, now we know. I don't know, man. It's sketchy right now. I'm not going to claim I know everything that can happen here. This is turning into a rising wedge bear flag. The only good thing is it's channeling to the upside, and we are starting to show signs. They're going to come to this 200 SMA likely. Bang. That's your next quick long scalp right there to that point. They'll hit that. Bang. Sammy, who are the Bitcoin market makers? Ken Griffin and Co. We don't know. Nobody knows. Shout out to Hulk Algorand. We love you. Everybody take a deep breath. Relax. Realize this happens every single day. This is what they do. If they can take advantage of your emotions, they can take advantage of you. If you hold no emotions, then you can win no matter what. So stay stone cold and strong and keep yourself focused on the task at hand. Look what I see now, a shoulder, head and shoulder about to dump on our face. 1, 2, 3. Good night, Irene, right? That is likely going to make a move to the downside. Target is 35,700. Now remember, we're back below the 100 SMA fast. And I talk about this. Whenever you lose that, you got to expect a massive fall to the downside. That's why last night I was freaking out. That's why I've been cautioning everybody in my trading group to be careful, all right? They did make it look super bullish, I'll be honest. Even I took a long right here and had to kind of call it out, you know what I mean? Boom, boom, boom. Once I got below the 200 SMA, I get sketched out. I know that there's more pain to come, all right? I know that there's more pain to come. So take a look at this here. And I also sold, what I did today is I sold, yeah, that's about to dump in our, that looks so likely like it's going to take a massive dump. All right. Be careful. That could take a massive dump right now, all the way down to 35,702. The stochastics want to take us there. And it just nullified the last money printer. This thing wants to move down. They got the liquidity to the downside. They got everybody long. They're going to wreck you. Solana is pumping. Let's go, brother. How do you not have 100K subs? Best channel around. Let's go, lifer. Been trading, workout, meditation. Amen. Time to Hulk out. Funny. All right. It looks like we can kind of slow down here. That was our liquidation. It could be our bottom for the day. You never know. But there's a chance that is the bottom for the day, and we start the V-shaped recovery back to the upside, somewhere back to this 200 SMA on the smaller time frame. All right. I would be careful, though. Until you get back above resistance, which is right here, you must remain bearish. So unless you can get back above the zone, you must remain bearish, period, right? And if there's enough longs kind of getting in again, thinking they're sweet, they will get liquidated yet again. Usually there's another batch of longs that jump on in, you know. We likely dump tomorrow hard for altcoins. Come on, smash the likes, peeps. We've been in a long, brutal bear market. There's a ton of people underwater looking to sell their depreciated assets at a price rise. Gotta be lots of retracements, pullbacks, and dumps. It's a good point that he said. A lot of altcoins are at a daily oversold. Amen. 35,672, the wick low for the swing failure pattern on Coinbase. This has to recover now. What you're looking for now is the shoulder, head, the slanted inverted head and shoulder to break us back up into the move. All right. But that was a nasty dump. I'll tell you right now, fast and furiously. It happened in seconds. Insane. I was like, this is about to go. Boom. Like, it happened exactly that. I don't know how I call longs. I don't know how I call shorts the way I do. I believe it's God in my favor just hooking me up. You know what I mean? Solana don't move a muscle. I know, right? A lot of altcoins are at a daily oversold region. I want Caspa to go down. That's like my, you know what I mean? Like, I kind of need the whole market to come down so I can get my Caspa bag at the right place. You can see resistance, resistance, resistance. Come on back down to this level here at 78109. Hey, Sam, can you advise on Sol BTC pair trading strategy? Thank you, buddy. Send in a super chat for TA and deep dive of something of that nature because you want to control the show with an ask. So send in a TA, like even a 199. It doesn't have to be a lot, but just something to kind of get it going. Because if I get a lot of super chats and I take free calls, you know. Can you check out Solana for the brothers? Amen. Let's take a look at Sol. So I told you about the 100, the 200 SMA on the 1 hour. I told you to watch it. I said, be careful, be careful, be careful, be careful. All right? 100%. You know? Castle playing games for real. Can I ask you if you guys are founding gems or only trading in Crypto Live or Discord? Thanks a lot for the free knowledge every day. No, we go over gems all the time, man. Yeah. I do deep dives on token metrics once a week. Once a week, we do gem hunting inside of the personal account with everybody. We do a private weekly screen share. And once a week, we do personal hunting, man. And it's an amazing thing, right? While Bitcoin attempting to get back inside this wedge too, we're going to break it down. We're going to talk about it, but it did V-shape recovery. If it can get back above the 1 hour 200 SMA, it's going to change. If it can just rip back above there, this is likely just a liquidity grab to get anyone who thought they could hide below the 200 SMA. I'm going to delete everything on the channel here. Thanks for all you do, lifer. Can we check NOIA on the 4 hour and the daily time frame? We will. Thank you, Joker. NYC. DOMI game drops next week. Few weeks. Can you check the chart? Remember DOMI? Shout out to everybody here. Today was a retest to the resistance for all the altcoins. What do you think about Kronos? It's all right. I mean, it will probably pump. I'm just not a huge fan of Crypto.com. Charge too many fees. It takes too long. The card didn't work as good as it should have. You know, I don't know. It's kind of sketchy. You know what I mean? Wow. And look, they bounced right to the 200 SMA. And this is MEXC here on their futures account. They bought right to the 200. They lost the 200 SMA, but we bounced off the 200 SMMA. The weighted moving average held us so far very nicely. That's why I use both of these now. I implemented this not too long ago, right? And even the long here that I got going on did not get stopped out. If you use proper support or resistance, okay, it did not get stopped out. It's a little far from entry, but it did not get stopped out, all right? Let's take a look here at what happened to BTC. Insane, right? What an insane day. First thing I'm going to do is look at the weekly chart and take a look at what's happening on the weekly. We're going to get rid of the moving averages for a second, and we're just going to look at top-down analysis on the weekly. They don't even give me a chance. Yeah, 36,230, and BOOKMAP is out of control now. Get ready for the short squeeze. They're about to squeeze the shorts the other way now and take the price right back to the upside. This is what they do. They get as many people as they can to sell them Bitcoin. They need as much Bitcoin as they can. Think about it. 2, 3, 6, 7 months from now, you got to look at the long haul. So wow, they brought it down, they brought it up, and now they're liquidating the shorts to the upside all the way back to 36,260. Absolute insanity. If this doesn't get your heart racing, if this doesn't get you wondering what the heck is going on for BTC. So let's break down Bitcoin yet again. We have a clear resistance at 48,000. Ooh. My thumb slips and somehow it hits like the I think it hits the space bar or something. I don't know. We have a resistance here at 48,000. 3, 2, 1. That's going to be our next area to get to if we are able to get a bigger move to the upside. All right. I never gave that phone number to anybody. I have no idea who calls it. Bitcoin continuing to dump now, and it's not looking pretty good. The short is in play. Let me get back to the smaller time frames for you while I go back and forth here. Shout out to the 1,089 people on the live. May I get the likes up to the watchers? I would greatly appreciate it. I'm going to look at this on the perpetual on MEXC because that's where I usually get down. All right. I mean, rounded tops do not pay the bills, period. Right? Let's take a look at the 1 hour time frame. So the 1 hour below the 200 SMA is a problem, period. But we have previous support and resistance here that we did hit. And, you know, it's attempting to V-shape recovery right back inside the pattern. I'm just looking at the smaller time frames right now. So look, Bitcoin had clear support right here that would have lost. And look, it swept the lows of the double bottom. I said that at the beginning of the stream, right? I said, watch, they'll likely sweep the lows of the double bottom. Go back to the beginning of the stream. You will see that. They love to do this. They do it all the time. Shout out to Master Friend pointing this out. It happens a lot, right? So now this can be an entry point instead of an entry point on these double bottoms. Okay? They don't always do it. I've played double bottoms. This is a nice one that played out with a higher low. It's not every time. You know, we found this beautiful double bottom with a higher low the other day. I called that one right there. Boom. You got to kind of understand divergences on the smaller time frames. They can kind of give you the sauce that you need. All right? Like we go to the 1 minute right now, and this is what you got to watch. This is a rising wedge. What we're looking for is some type of inverted head and shoulder here to break us back to the upside. You're looking for this to kick in. You know, you have two resistances just in this is local time frames, but you got to get above this level, and then you got to get back above 36,342. This is a bit of a bear flag, you know what I mean? When you dump and then you have a rising wedge, it usually does dump further. That's the probability, but it doesn't mean that's what's going to happen. All right? I'm looking for this to come up, get rejected, make a right shoulder, and then somehow get a move to the upside. Let's take a look at the 1 minute. There is a... See, it is a divergence. It's a very good divergence. There you go. And there's your liquidation divergence. Should get the move back to the 200 SMA as we talk about. That's kind of the old plan here. After the divergence, you pump to the 200. Now, sometimes you get rejected by it. Once you flip the 200 on the 1 hour, you will, on the 1 minute, you will pump even further to the upside. So this is something that you want to pay attention to. This is what you want to go after. All right. Trolls to the chat. You got, anyway, shout out to everybody here. Don't worry. We only live in love and we talk about positivity. God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you. All the awesome people that have been with me for 3 years now, 4 years. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much for everything. I prayed to God. I said, God, and I'll pray right now. Dear Lord, keep the trolls away. And if the trolls come, you know what? They're in a bad spot. I wasn't always in a good spot either. So let's send love to all the trolls out there. God bless you all. Thank you so much for coming on in because you gave the algorithm another view. You know, all you did is help out my cause and got me to 100,000. So God bless you, trolls, for coming on in and trolling me. And thank you for writing a comment. Every comment is good for the algorithm. I greatly appreciate it. So I love you, trolls, and I will always treat you with love and respect. May God bless each and every one of you. I refuse to be negative for any reason, for any negative person. I will always be positive no matter what. You know what? You need my love more than anybody else because you're troubled and you're in a bad place. So I love you. I hope you're doing well. And you know what? I've turned a lot of trolls into people that actually join the trading group and end up becoming amazing people. So, and dear Lord, help me not get vexed by any trolls. Help me be amazing today and help me see the positivity, the light, and the gratitude that you provide every single day of my life. Amen. All right. And we're going to be great, man. I have now put the troll armor on. It's like mosquito spray, right? They can't bite me anymore. I am free of the trolls. You know what I mean? Once you're free of the trolls, they can never hurt you again. You know what I mean? And once they're just like a little kid, you know, when you annoy your child, you know, when a little kid wants you to do, you know, little kids piss you off on a reason, but you got to ignore bad behavior, right? Once you ignore bad behavior, it usually goes away. Okay. So, I didn't even see it. Anyway, yeah. Troll repellent. I just ignore the trolls. In fact, I don't even see them. I only see positivity. Exactly. I didn't even see them. You guys mentioned it, but I just wanted to kind of stay positive. Also, bless everybody on the stream. So this to me is a bear flag, all right? You must get back above this level to remain bullish, 36,368. You must get above this level to remain bullish, all right? And that bigger short did end up playing out to the upside. Sam, you're on top of the world, brother. There's going to be that element that hates your success. Up 20K in Bitcoin right now. Pump 20K into Bitcoin right now. You know, the trades have helped me feel a woman's warmth. That's so funny, man. Lifer for president, Hulky for VP. Love you, bro. Thank you, Hulk Solana. God bless you, brother. God bless you. So this is what we're looking at right here. And honestly, the probability, rising wedges break down 68% of the time. The probability is that we dump. That is the probability that we dump right down to this level here at 35,986. That is the probability, all right? And that's what it is, you know? And look, that Stoke is about to dump on you. When the Stokes get high, not a good sign. When you have lack of bullish momentum in the MACD, not a good sign. And when you come back to previous support and resistance, look, bounce, resistance. So you'd short resistance with an oversold stochastic and the RSI kind of curving on you and the lack of bullish momentum in the MACD. Again, anything is possible. I wouldn't be surprised if they ripped it back up the other way. You know what I mean? And that's why I want to look at the macro right now to take a look at what's happening on the macro environment. Oh, yeah. So I got I'll use the P version here, the MEXC perpetual. But there's the probability is 68% chance that you're going to drop to the downside. Take a short. The probability is in your favor that the short will play to the downside just based on the shape alone and the resistance alone and the high stochastic. That adds a kind of, you know, like I wouldn't long that. You know what I mean? I wouldn't go and run long that. I would long if we get back above this key area, maybe. Sorry. The key area that I'd be looking for is if we get back above this zone and bounce. That's the area that I'm watching right here. All right. That's the local support or resistance that matters. Now they don't know what to do. They're going to wait. They want to see how many people go long or short before they come bang them in. 30 billion coming in for the shorts, right? And what it doesn't understand is the manipulation of the market because the DXY took a massive dump. If you watch my macro analysis, I drew this bear flag, right? And I said, you know, the DXY looks like it's going to break to the downside. Look, it went exactly to the target, which is insane. Look at this. My DXY target, and I got it from just, you know, grabbing the pole here. Bang. And this is on my macro weekly analysis every Friday afternoon. And I saw this as a rounded top, kind of like an Adam and Eve, but a rounded top here. And a nasty dump for the dollar. I don't understand when the dollar dumps, we're supposed to get these beautiful pumps for Bitcoin. So strange, right? We wait for it, and then they dump together. And you know what? You have to remember, though, that this is connected to bricks, too. If they dump it on bricks, and Bitcoin also has a negative chart, or, you know, a chart that says that we're gonna go to the downside, that's what happens. All right? Shout out to everybody here on the channel. My name is Samuel James Price. I've been trading for 15 years. I greatly appreciate you coming on and getting the knowledge from me. Thank you so much. I will continue to teach every single day. And remember, I got Spaces at 8 every Monday. Spaces at 8 every Monday night. Come to my Spaces at 8 on Twitter. Open up a Twitter account right now to get down. So let's take a look at our macro. Our macro is bearish. okay? I started taking money out of the market recently. I said, man, I got to take some profits. You know, and again, the fear and greed index, whenever it gets above 60, 69, specifically 69, sorry, all I type is in fear here and it comes up for me. But look at this. When this is at 69 today, it was at 72 yesterday. That's heavy greed, everyone. Whenever I haven't taken profit in this area, at least on something, it's gone the other way on me. Like literally 90% of the time. So whenever I see this up into the 69, 70 level, I heed it and I listen to it and I say, man, that's not a good sign, right? TA is still paying nice. Isn't that crazy? Price is right. Gold and euro flying. I know. Ethereum. Tom might have been hacked. Something might have happened. I don't know. I don't have time to focus on other people's Twitters. God bless you, though, and you can figure it out, I'm sure, on your own if you do some deep diving. So here's the deal. If we lose this level, we do have some chop here. It's not all bad. We have a little bit of support right here on the weekly at 33,200 and possibly a little level right there at 35,400. But, you know, once the weekly loses this level, it's likely headed further to the downside, right? And now you got tweezer tops. And now this is a swing failure high. ICT Smart Money Concepts, wick, higher wick, lower wick, swing failure pattern. This would have to break above this area to negate the swing failure, all right? So we have a little bit of trouble in Paradiso, Cinema Paradiso, a movie my dad had me watch when I was a kid. Cinema Paradiso, old movie from 1988. I was 5 or 10. Check out this movie. It'll change your life. My dad made me watch it. There's a reason. It has some life lessons in it that he really, truly loves. So jump on into that. Check that movie out. So ICT telling us, and listen, if you're an ICT trader and you like the community, we teach ICT concepts in a section of my Discord, all right? If you want to be at home, if you want to get in, we do it every single day here. We got tape reads. You know, my man, Master Friend, is in here grinding in the Leverage Mastery group. And in there, it's all smart money concepts all the time. They're looking at, look, see, order blocks, exposed positions, inefficiencies. Jump in today. Look at this massive inefficiency on the weekly time frame. I mean, we have to heed this. Like, how could we not see that? That wick does not touch that wick. It's a massive inefficiency. Price action loves to fill these order blocks, all right? The smaller time frame we got kicking for you. Look, it's starting to make a move to the downside. This is supposed to dump. However, usually we can hold the daily low here after the liquidations. Of all the liquidations I see, we usually hold this daily low. So I wouldn't be surprised if we don't go much lower or if we make a beautiful double bottom. I'm still looking at the possible shoulder, head and right shoulder here that could break us to the upside as well. Be careful. They could rip the market either way. Just be careful. If this makes a low, a high, and a higher low, expect a higher high. That's a slight movement in an uptrend on the smaller time frames. All right? Might be risky to sell when the ETF approval could be at any time. Hardest working man in crypto. Pay the man his likes. Shout out to everybody here. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. 1,126 people on the live. That may be a record here. I think we had 1,200 one time. Shout out to all the beautiful souls on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I remember I first had 500 people. I was peeing my pants. I was like 500 people. I was like, now I can do it like there's 2 people here. God bless. Just God. I love how God helps people no matter what in their lives, and we get to these great. You progress in everything you do in life, but that's a massive inefficiency. Period. All right, and I'd be surprised if we don't fill that inefficiency. It doesn't mean we have to, but I would be surprised if we don't fill it. Let's talk about this diagonal trend line. Could this be a bull trap? We talked about this being a possible bull trap. They break you out of the pattern. They break you back inside. If we break anywhere inside this pattern, oh my gosh, we're coming to the bottom. Then we could bearishly retest. We could drop. Could we make a new low? There's a chance. I'm open-minded. Everyone looked at me like, right? Everyone just freaked out right now, right? Who just freaked out when I said we could go all the way down here? Who here on the chat believes that we could make a lower low than here? Now, I call this bottom. It's very likely that's our bottom. But I'm open-minded to believe that it may not be. There's a very small bit. I mean, it's very unlikely, but there's a chance. There's still a chance here that we could make that new low. All right? Who here, when I say that, freaks out, right? Who here, when I say that, gets a sick feeling? Not happening. Who here gets pissed at me right now? Did I rise you? You know what I mean? We're jumping all the way. No. Who here is so upset when I talk about it? But who here can understand that that's a possibility? Raise your hand right now. I want to see a hand, an emoji hand, or put a 1. Put a 1 in the comment section if you think that we could end up making this low or testing this low. Do you think we could test this low? Right? Let's pamp it. I freak out because it's time to buy then, right? You just have to be open-minded that it's possible. It's highly unlikely, but it's possible. And look, there's your short, but there's your higher low with the oversold stochastic. Now we got the cup and handy here. It's usually a jagged or a switch. It's kind of a crazy cup and handy when they do it. I just use this is the brush usually to do it now. But there's your cup and handle after the liquidation. This should technically break to the upside now after the oversold region. And, again, I'm the channel that usually calms you. Once they're double, I can tell you when it's likely going to stop because I use the 1 minute and the 30 second, sometimes the 5 second. Heck, I've been on the 1 second chart here on this channel to quell the emotions, to keep everybody calm, to get everything the way it is. You know what I mean? Bam, there you go. This could move up to this level. And, what you want to see is can you get back above this high volume node? Now, there's still heavy resistance. I don't care what I just said. If you don't get back above resistance, expect more downside. If you can't get above 36,252, Bitcoin will have a problem. And remember, the rising wedge does have a probability of going to the measured move. I would remain short until we get back above 36,250, 260 if I was in a heavy trade right now at the moment. All right. Bitcoin CME gap, 4 hour, 9.840, it could happen. Anything can happen. Trevor, I like that you said that. And again, even when you say that, it makes me cringe, but you never know. You absolutely never know what could happen. DXY, massive dump on the DXY. Why does Bitcoin dump with the DXY? What manipulation? Absolute insanity. All right? Everybody, jump into the newsletter today. Hit this link in my comment section right here. See the newsletter? And why the newsletter? Well, I'm coming out with a Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale. It's coming. And if you join the newsletter, you're going to have access to it before everybody else, number one. And you're going to get another discount on top of it, up to 35% off the original price in my trading group. Understand key concepts. Jump into smart money if you want. Do so many different things. Learn how to leverage trade in the leverage mastery section the right way. All right? Learn how to leverage trade with me with proper risk management, doing the right things at the right times. Use proper stop losses, understand everything, learn moving averages, Fibonacci, the VRVP, stochastics, RSI, MACD, and more. Bang, bang, bang. All right? Anyone else wonder what kind of money Sam makes? I'm building a diamond for Bitcoin on the chart. Give me some mastery at work. Don't worry about my money, man. My money is not, honestly, I won't even address that because it's absolutely ridiculous, right? Yes, but I'm a premier educator. I have a gift of educating. God has provided me the gift of education. Universities make a lot of money, don't they? I have a university. I have a school. I've created a school. I've dedicated myself every single day to my students. Every single day. That's an inverted head and shoulder, likely to break to the upside for Bitcoin. All right? There you got your final high or low here. Starting to say, hey, and so you would take the measured move of this to this, and that should be our pump back to the upside here for Bitcoin. Okay? High risk for sure. But this is something that I'm looking at. Inverted head and shoulder back to the upside for BTC. Solana is flagging out, fam. Let's take a look at Solana. Hulk, man, you're obsessed, bro. You drink a lot of coffee in the morning, right? You probably do, right? So I looked at this and I was saying, it's going to make either the falling wedge or go sideways into the bigger channel. We could still have the bigger channel and it could still flag out. I'm looking at Solana doing something like this. Don't trip by the dip. You know what I mean? And Solana in the next 5 to 7, 8 months is probably an easy 10x. In the next year and a half is a 10x. Only jealous people wonder about how much others make instead of working on themselves. My friend started doing Forex trading courses live on Saturday. Wow. $180,000 a session? That's insanity. Yeah. That's nuts. So I'm looking for this cup and handle to possibly get us on out of here, this inverted head and shoulder to break on out. But again, we must break back above resistance at 36,250 to remain bullish. Let's head back down to the top-down analysis. So if the weekly goes back below this key trend line, we're going to be back inside the pattern, and then this pattern could break to the downside. I would go that on the 1 minute, the 5 minute. The time frame doesn't matter to me. Another thing I see traders do is they'll be all about something on the 1 minute or the 1 hour. But then when they see the exact same setup on a weekly, because it's so monumental, they refuse to believe it could happen. They're just like, nah, it's not going to happen. You know what I mean? And so I don't differentiate between the time frames. If I see this on the 1 minute, I treat it the same as if I see it on the 5 minute or the 1 hour or the weekly or the daily or the monthly. You know what I mean? Stay positive. Bitcoin Whisperer. Good morning, Sam. Shout out to Glenn Baker in the house. God bless you for being here. Thank you so much for coming into the spaces last night. That was absolutely amazing. When it pulls away from SMA, like Sam talked about, what's it called? It's called a Column-A-Groove Simroove test. Hold on, maybe. I want to research that. That's interesting. I've never heard of this before. The Column-A-Groove Simroove test. Illustration of the statistics, red line model, CDF, blue line. I'll research that another time, but thank you so much for the knowledge. God bless you. MACD, moving average convergence and divergence. Amen, baby. Amen. Litecoin, thank you from Signified. God bless you. And thank you for your first super chat. Recently freed some dough for my Bitcoin bag, so the pullback is perfect. I love how you're always positive, Rave Song Records, man. And, dude, I saw you with your band, dude. I was, the other night, I don't know how I found you. I Googled you or something, and I found a YouTube video with your band, and I watched the whole thing, man. You guys were playing a Beatles song, right? Be True. If no, be true. That was pretty cool, man. You blew my mind, And I'm going to find the altcoins that matter, too. Let me duplicate this. KREST continues to pump. I haven't heard anybody talk about this coin. This coin is out of control. It just doesn't stop. I don't know what's going on. It's a monster. It's an absolute monster. Like, this thing is insanity. When I first put it out, it was just, look at this. I first put it out down here, right there, at 6 cents. It is now all the way at almost 30 cents. That's a 5x since the 21st of October. This thing is out of control. Then I had this little flag here, and it continued to break out the flag to the upside. Look at the 4-hour time frame. This thing is a monster. And I see this going all the way up to 43 cents from 29. And it's insane. It is insane. All right. So look, there's that inverted head and shoulder that we could get the break on out. Come on, baby. You got to break resistance, though, and then get us back to the 200 SMA. There's a chance we never get back above this resistance, and we break to the downside. 100%. You know what I mean? Support or resistance trumps all. We must break back above this previous support, which became resistance. We must flip it back. Right now, it is SR flipping us. Like, if we flip it upside down, you've bounced. You got to break back below it if you were, short. We got to break back above it. And the long idea, I did just flip the chart upside down. Flipping the chart upside down would change your mind about a lot of things. Like, that looks bearish, right? You would short that head and shoulder. So why wouldn't you long this? Because you're more apt to think the market's against you than not. But if you can flip the charts when they usually dump on you, it can help someone who's been damaged by a bunch of losses see things the other way. All right? He said Mexi is frozen. My Mexi is not frozen. It could be your computer, man. It really could be. It really could be. Question, when Bitcoin drops and pulls alts down, does it reveal the lower support resistance levels of the alts as they go down, or do alts just crash through, revealing nothing? When Bitcoin drops and pulls the alts down, does it reveal lower support resistance levels of the alts? You'll see hidden bullish divergence. You'll see moving averages, 100%. So here's the weekly, and if we use our moving averages too, the 50 coming for that 200 SMA tells me that this is just could be some chop. We could stay inside of what I call the weekly, what is a weekly ascending triangle. See it? We could stay in this 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks and then still get a massive move to the upside. It does say by January, this would make sense because you'd have 1, 2, end of November, 3, 4, 5, and then January, and then the ETF gets approved, and then we rock it up to 48,000, 50K. This is very likely, you know what I mean? And again, I'll be watching this. It's all about this diagonal trend line, everybody. As long as we stay above it, I'm bullish. The second we break below this, you're going to see me have a huge cause for concern, and I'm going to start talking about lower levels, period. That's what's going to happen. That's what I see going down, all right? And shout out to all the beautiful people on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. And we're just going to snap back to the smaller time frame. Now we've kind of SR flipped this, see? This POC has now held us. We're above a point of control here, Usually once you get above order control, you're going to come to this next high volume node. I'm looking for Bitcoin to make a long to the upside here, a hard long to the upside, all right? A hard long to the upside is what I'm looking for BTC here. That is the shoulder. There's the right shoulder that we projected before it even happened. Remember, we drew this before it happened, did we not? I can teach you how price action works. I can teach you how price action moves, but I can also teach you that you never know, and you must be open-minded, all right? And again, join the newsletter, all right? I'm going to open a newsletter right now just to show you what it looks like. They're absolutely awesome. Yeah. And that's going to slow me down, but whatever. I'm not good at, anyway. I like to stay in the charts, you know what I mean? But look at this newsletter. This thing is absolutely amazing. Welcome to week 3. This comes out every single Monday to blow your mind. How things are scaled, ZK-proof technology, the future of blockchain. I'm telling you, this newsletter will teach you so much information, it will blow your mind. All right? Talk about the key levels. Look at this. SMA convergence. And talking about how we found all these little flags to the upside, the discrepancy of the small SMAs grouped closely with the two. It talks about how to use the 200 SMA. These are, I mean, I give so much information in the weekly newsletter. It's actually should be outlawed how much I give away. It's insane, all right? But I believe if I keep giving you guys what you love, you'll keep giving me what I love, and life will be beautiful. So that's a truth that I believe in. Stochastic's getting a little high for me. Doesn't mean we can't get pinned. The last time we got pinned up here, we continued to pump. I'd like to see this pump up to the 200 SMA. They got a lot of shorts now that they're going to go after. It is what it is. They got enough liquidity to build. They needed, a lot of times, a whale needs more liquidity to get where he needs to go. Like, he sees the steps, but he needs more people. So he's going to have to look for more people to liquidate to get to where he wants. This is BOOKMAP, heat map order book, link in the description below. And shout out to the channel sponsors that come through for me every single month. I really appreciate it. ITrust Capital, open up a Roth IRA today. Link or QR code in the bottom right corner of the screen. And BingX. What I like about BingX is you can trade the S&P and you can trade Bitcoin and gold all in the same place. So if you really like the S&P, if you like trading traditional markets on TradFi, you can do that as well. And here we go, man. There's the breach above resistance. That's beautiful. Close a candle above resistance. It shows that we can get a move to the upside here for Bitcoin. And I like what I'm seeing. I like what I'm seeing. I love it, actually. It's beautiful. If you live in love, you cannot be denied. Remember that, everybody. If you live in love, you cannot be denied. And there's the pump to the upside. So far, that trade is in the money. Continuing to the upside. Stop loss and everything. I even shaved the stop a little bit now. Not a lot, but just a little bit. Just a little bit. Now we should definitely pump up to the 200 SMA. Whether we get above that is the question. I would sell a partial. I sell partials at the 200. And then boom. But that's what I'll be doing, all right? That's what I bees. Let's get back to the bigger analysis as we kind of go back and forth between the little and the big. I'm going to take this weekly all the way back down to the daily for you. So look, I'm not freaking out. I'm not really bearish unless we break this diagonal trend line. That was where I would change the story, Morning Glory. That's where things would look a little funny for me. 5-day chart above the 200 SMA, super bullish. That tells me that we likely have support strong at 35,259. We may never go lower than that until the ETF is approved and we start. There's a chance we never breach this diagonal trend line again. It was heavy resistance, resistance, resistance. Getting above it isn't a small deal. It's a big deal. Getting above it is not a small deal. It's a big deal. All right. Look at that trade going nicely. And again, in a market like this, I'd be bringing stop losses to break even as soon as humanly possible. Okay, there's times where I let the stop sit. There's times where I move the stop loss to break even. It depends on the day. It depends on what's happening in the markets. May I get the likes up to the watchers? I would greatly appreciate it. This ain't your average YouTube channel. If you know me, I haven't taken a day off since February of 2021. Spit your coffee out. It's true story. Ask anyone that's watched me. You can actually go through and you can see every single thing happening in the markets. Shout out to Brett Mohar. God bless you for being here. Let's take a look at the 3-day chart now. The 3-day chart. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Resistance at 37,116. But we're getting beautiful crosses. 21 crossing the 50 is a beautiful sign, everybody. And what we really would like to see, because this is too far. I don't like when these are too far away. I'd like to see 5 or 6 days go by, maybe 10 days. If we can go, dude, if we go like this, you know what's going to happen to the altcoins? number one, we're going to go sideways. Bitcoin dominance is going to tank. And the altcoins are going to rip your face off. All right? You're a legend, making money because of you. God bless you, man. Who here makes gains because of the lifer? From the education, though. I'm not a financial advisor, but from the education. I give you the education to financial freedom to change your life. All right? You're a legend. No, you're a legend. Shout out to all the legends out here in the stream. Love your brother, Cream. Do you think it's prime for takeoff? It's been a long time since I looked at Cream. But you know what coin Cream likes to follow? Because I traded them in tandem together. Cake. Cream and Cake like to do their thing together, man. All right? And everybody, how's your family? How are you doing? Forget about me, the YouTuber, the guy, right? How are you doing? How's your family? God bless your wives, your mothers, your daughters, your sons, your fathers, your grandfathers, your uncles, your aunts, your cousins. God bless everybody in your family and you. May you have a wonderful day today. May you stay strong and positive. Thank you so much for coming on into the live. Okay. So the 3-day chart looks, it's a little overbought. I'd like to see bearish div here. The RSI says we come on down. The stochastics say we come on down. But we could reset these while we go sideways too. That's also a possibility. The whole thing is if we lose this diagonal trend line, we're going to come down and test 33,000. We lose that, we're going to test 31.3. And if we lose that, we're back at the bottom of the pattern. What would actually be pretty cool, and what I'm starting to see now, is if we would dump like this, the RSI would dump like so, and then we would bounce, and we would get, again, hidden, the RSI would dump, sorry. So we want to see the RSI do this, then this is interesting. We'd see the RSI do this, dump down, but price would go there, and we would get what? A hidden bullish divergence again on the 3-day chart. And then this would reset, and then we get a massive move to the upside. So I'm already kind of like suggesting some possible hidden bullish divergence that could occur, and then the Stokes would be curving up. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. It's all about this diagonal trend line, right? I have no idea where price action is going to go. Why do 1,000 people come to the live? I have no idea where price action is going. Actually, 1,100 people. Let's not kid ourselves here, because, and look at this. This thing is in a flag now, and flags love to break to the upside. Bitcoin now consolidating on the 1-minute time frame, and this is where you got the liquidity. What is today? Tuesday. Flags play out better on a Tuesday than any other day. So if this chart plays out, and look, you're already in the money from the long. The entry was at 36,200. Okay, but be careful. There's resistance here. Now you got to break above 36,355. This is the game we play. Nothing is guaranteed. So now you're in between support and resistance. You're inside of a zone right now. Bitcoin bouncing. Now I'd watch this flag to the upside. Okay. 3-day chart. So I gave you the 3-day sauce, right? We could be breaking down. There's a chance we go sideways. If we go sideways, look, 1, 2, 3, and you can even just hit shift. Watch this. Hit shift to touch the screen. Oh, get out of that. I'm in the wrong tool. You can't be in the draw tool when you're doing that. And get out of it. Look at these dots that I put out. Watch this. Hold shift. Hit the screen. Drag over. That could consolidate for 40 days, 36 days. Look at that. That's insane. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but what if it did? 10 3-day candles in a row or something insane. Let's look back at the daily chart. Now, the daily chart's starting to reset again, which is a really good sign. All right? Coming back down on the stochastics RSI. And remember, daily has strong support or resistance. I'm going to move this down for now. That's the line you don't want to break. But look, now you have previous resistance becoming support. See if the daily can never go below 35,049. That is like the key. If it loses that, then it can come back down to this channel. So you're watching to see if the daily can hold 35,500. 35.5. Or for it now, it's 35,466 even. Let's see. Yeah, 35,450, I'll call it. So Bitcoin has to stay above 35,450 to remain bullish. If we lose 35,450, everybody, we're going to test that previous low at 34.5, and we're going to have a problem. So 35.5. We can't lose 35.5. If we do, we're going to 34.5 pretty fast. So this is our local areas of support or resistance we're looking at. And the daily now starting to make a bit of a downtrend, right? And again, you went up for 1, 2, 3, 4 days straight. Now you've been red for 4 days straight. And you haven't touched the 21-day moving average yet. Price likes to come back to the 21-day moving average. That's just what happens, all right? Oversold here on the 22-hour time frame. The 8-hour as well looks nice, though. See, the 8-hour looks like it wants to get a bounce. The 8-hour looks aggressive for a move to the upside. That's what got me going this morning when I opened up my long immediately at the beginning of the day, because it looked like the 8-hour was going to take off with an aggressive move to the upside. There's even some hidden bullish here on the 8-hour as that swings up while that swings down. Can the 8-hour pin the daily? Can it change the scenario? There's a chance. And I studied all different time frames and I used different time frames. So, like, this is a possibility right here too. And you break above this high to the upside. So this is something I would watch closely for Bitcoin. All right. Let's go now to the 4-hour time frame. The 4-hour also very oversold. Now, I've seen a dump down here, but that's the lowest the stochastics have been for a long time. And there's clear hidden bullish divergence right now. Now, this could change if price action continues to dump and this level doesn't stay like an uptrending angle. We will go lower. This is called hidden bullish divergence. All right. Super chats, DOMI game, NOIA, Litecoin, GMX, and Cream. I spit your coffee out. True story. I spit my coffee out. True story. Jose Ajelowick. Nice stream, dude. First time watching. Thank you for coming in. Charlie Holland. Thank you for jumping on in. We love you. Shout out to all the new people on the live. Thank you so much for being here. We're on our way to 2,000 people on this live stream. We're about to move. We're about to bang on them. And I do all my trading, everybody, on MEXC. And there's a reason why I do it, man. There's a reason why I trade on MEXC. It got zero spot maker and taker fees. When I get in and out on my spot trades, which I love to trade spot. I'm a big spot trader, everyone. I do trade leverage, but sparingly. Like right now I keep 150 grand in a spot, and I keep like 7 grand in leverage. Other people the other way around. I'm just not a fan of getting manipulated by the market heavily each way. You know what I mean? And I only plan leverage when the time is right, when it makes sense to me, when I can use it to my advantage. You know what I mean? Like, this chart looks nice to me here. I like what I'm seeing here on this flag. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but it looks pretty nice. So, like, I would look at the 1 minute. 5x leverage. I got to bring that up to like a 30. As I say, I don't use leverage, right? It's so funny. But I do it sparingly if it makes sense to me at the time. I delete everything. I switch to the 1 minute. And I build that flag. Look at the inverted head and shoulder beginning to break out. We talked about the shoulder before it happened. I gave you this right shoulder before it even occurred. Okay? I showed you the liquidations, right? And we were able to find out when Bitcoin was likely going to stop with the dumpage. Look, this is the 1 minute flag that I really want to enter. I'd be entering a breakout right now, which is not my style, but I could do it. You know, I like to know my risk too before I get into a trade. I don't like to jump in without risk management. All right? Now, I'm missing the entry a little bit, and it's also heavy volatile today. And I could easily get stopped out of this. It doesn't mean, you know, I'm going to win every trade that I play. I wish I could, but I don't, right? And so I would put my take profit at 36,516. And I would put my stop at 36,193. I like 2-to-1 risk-reward ratios. This is a little above that. Right? 76 for... I don't love that. Almost got to raise the stop to 36,208. Now I'm 52 for 62. Still don't love it. You know what I mean? The only way I can realistically take this trade, in my humble opinion, per my risk management, is if I go for this whole length of this whole move. Which could definitely get me there. There's a chance. There's enough shorts, I believe, to get us there. 36,766. But the measured move is bigger, you know. So I'll do $50 for 150 on the trade. Getting a little high on the stochastics already, though. Hold on. And not above resistance right now. I'd like to see us get above resistance first. Stochastics are turning. Right now, I'm getting the trader intuition to calm it down and not jump in right now. Not yet. Not at the present moment. It could be retesting on the smaller time frames. This is the 5-second chart. I don't suggest you use it until you've been trading for a long time. I didn't even know these smaller time frames existed until like 5 years into my trades, you know, maybe even more. It's been a long time, you know, since when I started doing this stuff. My name's Samuel James Price. I started trading. Basically, I started collecting gold and silver after the 08 crisis. All right. I was born in 1983, so I was 24, 25 years old. I saw the whole market collapse. I didn't know what was going on. and I knew I needed an education. At that point, I knew I needed an education. I began buying gold and silver off Peter Schiff because he said the housing crisis was going to happen. So I listened to the one person that told me what was likely going to happen. I listened. And next thing you know, I had 40 grand of gold and silver in a backpack in my one-bedroom apartment in Queens. I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing here? I like this bounce here. I'm going to take the trade. All right. And I could easily lose the trade. I'm not risking a lot on a heavy volatile day. Okay. But we'll go from there. We're slightly getting a bounce here on that 30-second. See if it holds that line. We do have a heavy resistance right there, though, at 36,350. All right. Tight moving averages. Now, what will negate this if we go right back? Yeah, see, if we go back inside the pattern, it kind of like, you got to retest the top line of this pattern right here. That has to be the retest. If we break below the 200 SMA in the 5-second, it negates the left. So look at that nasty dumpage there. Stochastic's also no good, and we got rejected by resistance. I may take the trade off. Let me see. Ooh, $14 fast. I don't like to risk a lot. When the market's sketchy, I'll open up a real small trade. When the market's great, I'll open up a bigger trade. You really want to see this retest now off the bottom of this trend line. Wow, they're playing games today, man. They're making it extra saucy for a newbie. If you're new, I highly suggest you never use leverage until you've been able to actually make money trading spot. If you haven't been able to double $100 trading spot, and again, I'm not a financial advisor, I see no reason for you to go any heavier in leverage trading, right? Don't get excited when you see people with big leverage wins. Don't foam over stuff like that. Take a deep breath and relax. So look, Bitcoin forming hidden bullish on the 4-hour. Hidden bullish is a very, very bullish sign for a break back to the upside. It says we'll make a high above the high inside the divergence. So this suggests that we will get a bit of a bounce here for Bitcoin. That's just what it's saying. No guarantees at all, though. No guarantees at all. But I see this swing up while this swings down, and many times I've seen this play out in my lifetime. So I wouldn't be surprised if we ended up with a high above this high on the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour very oversold, right? And we're continuing our top-down analysis, all right? Out of nowhere, I have 40K of gold in a bag. You're funny. Fear is like an ocean. Until your first step in, realize the water is only a foot deep. Chase your dreams. Amen. 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 All right, now it's trying to double bottom here, which, remember, it could sweep the lows. It's making a broadening rising wedge, a broadening, flag right now. These can break out. Not the worst, not the best, not the worst. Something like this to the upside. Now, look, we did hit the 200 SMA. That is a money, we call it, my buddy calls it the money printer. He uses somewhat of a different system to do it. I just look for and the inverted head and shoulder did break to the upside. You see that? And now we're oversold above 313. We should be back in the money now on the trade, right? $7. We'll see. This is likely to pump up to the 200 SMA now on the 1-minute time frame. We reset the Stokes without losing the support zone. Now we're on support. That would be longing support. All right? Let's go, baby. Let's go. What we don't want to see is a right shoulder here. Like, look, a shoulder, a head, a right shoulder. We want to see this boom up, break the 200 SMA. So now we really want to see the 30-second break back above the 200 SMA. That's going to give us confirmation. Bang, bang, bang. Sammy the Bull, I sent you something cool on Xverse. Let me take a look, man. Thank you so much. If I could remember my password on live stream. Hold on, I don't want to... This guy, Xverse, I'm into ordinals, everybody, and I'll teach you how to do DeFi, ordinals, all sorts of other stuff. It'll be amazing. All right, I got it. I believe I got it now. Okay, and where can I find it, man? In this diamond? Collectibles? And look, I made an ordinal back in last March or something. I made one of the first ordinals in a long time. This is an ordinal, man. This could go up. This is going to be worth money one day. Bitcoin crushes USD. Look at that, man. Back in the day. Open the gallery. This is the ordinal. It doesn't tell you the date I made it, but I made it back in the day. Sam, in BitMap, your first metaverse on Bitcoin, I bought on Mint up 36. Sam, you in BitMap? First metaverse on Bitcoin. I bought on Mint up 36x currently. That's the thing, man. There's going to be metaverses on, you heard what he said? The first metaverse on Bitcoin, right? Must have not made it over yet. Maybe try at the end of the stream. Okay, cool. It would be in here, right? I could be in the wrong place too, though. You know what I mean? I don't know how Xverse wallet works, man. You know? No idea, but I figured it would be in there, right? Anyway, Xverse wallet is the wallet for Bitcoin ordinals. If you want to inscribe ordinals, if you want to do Bitcoin ordinal stuff, if you want to get with the new tech, and I can teach you everything, man. And again, I'm probably one of the only technical analysis traders that you'll hear talk about Bitcoin ordinals. I know how to do DeFi. I got into Cake when it was super, super low. I got into Cake when it was super low, everybody. And, you know, I'm talking 44 cents, and it went all the way, Cake at 60 cents? It went all the way to $44. You know, I am notoriously known as the Cake man. I got into Phantom at 19 cents. People 20x their money. I got to Cardano at 2 cents. All right? I 100x SafeMoon live on my screen, even though it's a garbage coin. I still 100x'd it. I turned 50 BNB overnight, one night. Like, I can teach you so much about DeFi, everybody. I have a massive DeFi portfolio, and I can show you things that you've never thought humanly possible on top of trading. So if you join my trading group, you have access to so much. And if you look at all the things that I sell courses. One of my courses is a MetaMask course that teaches you how MetaMask works. Look at this. I've never seen this before. I've never seen such a massive I've never seen this in my life. I've never seen this. Look at this. I don't know if there's like, it almost looks like it's broken, which it's not. I mean, BOOKMAP is amazing, but I've never seen that much orders in my life. Like, there's a whale here. Look at this. That's insane. I use BOOKMAP every day, and I've never seen that. I've never seen that much liquidity like that. That's insane. That's telling us that we're likely going to go lower. It tells me to be careful on my long. Jeez Louise. That says they're going to push us down no matter what. I mean, I've never seen that many orders that deep and dark. You know, I heed that when I look at BOOKMAP. That tells me to be careful for sure. We may be struggling. Let's take a look at the long now. Kind of not doing much. Down $10 going sideways. Nothing happening there. Jeez, look at that BOOKMAP. Amazing. That's proper dodgy. Anyone new to the stream, this is the place to be. You will not learn more than you will being here. DGen's back in crypto. Yeah, so a hidden bullish on the 4-hour time frame. Hidden bullish divergence. Get to know hidden bullish. Price has a swing low, a secondary swing low, moves to the upside. RSI has a swing low with a secondary swing low, moves to the downside. You should have oversold stochastics every time that you see hidden bullish and a lack of momentum on the MACD. On top of that, you should see falling volume and falling price. The volume should be falling further to the downside. All right. They got these cool little news segments here. Imminent Bitcoin ETF decision could shake crypto markets. SHIB led plans to integrate Shibarium with CEXes. All CEX centralized exchanges. Almost 900 million XRP moved by an unknown wallet. $25 trillion crypto economy predicted by Cathie Wood. $25 trillion. In a recent CNBC interview, Cathie Wood, the CEO of ARK Invest, has made another bold prediction about the future of cryptocurrencies. Wood stated that she expects the cryptocurrency asset ecosystem to scale up to a staggering $25 trillion by 2030. If in 7 years we're at 25 trillion, I cannot believe how we will be worth so much money. It'll be insane. We'll be the richest people in the world. It'll be out of control. And now I see a shoulder, head, and a shoulder there. See, that's a head and shoulder. And now you're getting rejected by the 30-second 200 SMA. If you can't flip this yellow line right here, expect more downside. So what I see now, look, is a symmetrical triangle. They're 50-50 patterns. So you got a 50-50 on the 30-second. How you figure where it's going to go as you flip this, it's going to go up or down. It's all about if we can get back above this yellow line. Let me move that. Here it is, everybody. Either the 30-second breaks this yellow line or we get rejected by it right now. This is the time. This is it. This is it. And right now, rejection. Rejection. Bots get rejected. And that would propel this right shoulder kind of, or the shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder. There we go. Yes! That's what we're talking about. Sorry, but that's what I'm talking about. Get above that 200, baby. Don't defy me. How dare you defy me on my live stream? Got 1,000 people watching. You do what you're supposed to do, and you pay me. Let's go. Let's go. Don't hurt these beautiful people. I want the knowledge to prevail. So look, the long started here, remember? At the right shoulder. And now we are moving, baby. Now we are moving. On a day like today, if I was up huge or doing something crazy, I would slowly start to take some profits. Now I'm only up $6. Still, it was a $13,000 trade, you know, $428 at 32x leverage. Let's see, though. We're playing. Now we got to get to this 200 SMA on the 1 minute chart. Likely, once you get above the 30-second, you will. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Get your energy up and going. This is the stream that will keep you rocking, baby. Do you work out every day? Do you pray to God every day? Are you grateful for your life every single day? I'm telling you right now, it's the most beautiful thing you can do is to be grateful. Look, now you best not go back below that 200 SMA now. You do that now, you playing games with me, boy. You best not go back below that 200 SMA now, boy. Now you go right below that. That's a double top. See it? This is sketch right now. That line can't be broken. This is the same on the weekly. This is the same on the 3-day. I treat 200 SMA like my Bible. If we were going to lose it on a bigger time frame, we'd be in some serious trouble. Okay? We'd be in some serious trouble. Now we got a short squeeze cooking, everybody. It's looked like they spoofed everybody or something. I don't know what they did with that liquidity down there. But now we're about to get a short squeeze. I wouldn't be surprised if liquidations come. This actual indicator shows me people getting liquidated. Boom. Liquidations. 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 Let's go, baby. Let's go. Wow. This was like a false move Monday today. This is insane. I love one spike down on XRP before the move back. Religion is the problem of the world. Don't be brainwashed. I mean, I have a connection with God. I don't believe religion is... That's completely untrue. Because if you literally lived by the word of God and Jesus, you could hurt nobody. You know what I mean? Anyone that hurts someone for religion isn't religious. So I just disagree. People are the problem with the world. They interpret religion in such a horrible way. All religions, really, the base of all religions is to love everybody around you and spread love. Even if they're nasty to you, Jesus turned the other cheek, man. There's a reason for that. There's a reason for that, right? So it's not religion. It's the interpretation of religion. That's the issue, man. It's also insecure people. It's hurt people, man. At the end of the day, that's what we're seeing around the world. You know what I mean? I think you're right. I've been using 50x leverage and I haven't even flipped 100 yet. I'm going to try spot. I said the same thing last Tuesday. You know how much money I've made trading spot? And look at the short liquidation. I just called it for you. Sammy calls the short liquidation again. Bang, 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 bang. Sammy calls the reversal again. Bang, 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 bang. Come on now. I do this every single day, all the time. That's why we have so many people here on the channel, because we provide value. You know how hard it was for me to get this good at doing this? I had to put my entire life into it. I had to spend 10 hours a day for 5, 6, 7 years, really, every single day of my life in order to achieve this type of accuracy. It took me so long. And to be able to do it publicly in front of people and not freak out and not feel insecure that the trade might go the wrong way, you know? Boom, look at that, beautiful. We got above the 200. Look, now the 50 is going to cross. That's a golden cross. Really good sign. And we negated a head and shoulder. When you negate a shoulder, head and shoulder, very bullish sign. All right, now we get back to the 1, and now we're chasing the 200 SMA on the 1. We're getting there, baby. So likely we get to there. Once we get there, smart idea is to sell a partial, because we could have a major, major resistance there. It's going to be just like when we hit the 30-second. We're going to fight to see if we can get back above this level. Now we got this boy helping us out, though. This whale just jumped in on BOOKMAP and showed us a liquidity zone. What is BOOKMAP? See what the candlesticks are hiding. Don't play games with yourself. 36,640. And there's the liquidation again. How did I know we were going to start liquidating the shorts? People who are short right now are getting smashed in the face because they don't know how to read smaller time frames. Look at this. We're smashing them right now. Bam! And Sammy did it again, right to the 200 SMA. I told you, I use the 200 SMA like gold, baby. And if you didn't know anything else and you were just a pattern trader, you would have traded this inverted head and shoulder and you would have just basically got pretty close. Now, the 200 SMA is a good place to take some profit. You know what I mean? That's where you want to take 75% off the table. So I'm going to teach you. Price, last, close long. We're going to take 75% off the table. Did it do it? Sometimes it does it. Market. I'll just mark it out 75%. And that's how you take 25% off the table. Now, if you get back above this, you can either double down or just let it run. And the thing is, a lot of times once it gets above this, it runs pretty hard. So this is what you want to do now. Now, if it comes back, and then you want to move your stop loss to break even immediately. How do you do that? You grab this, and Mexi makes it so easy. You just scroll right to break even. Now you can't lose the trade no matter how crazy it is. And if they might dip it and then flip it again, it doesn't matter to me. I'm about maintaining one trade and walking out. It doesn't matter what the market does after this. Maintain your trade and walk out. And I know it wasn't a huge trade. I'm not trying to be a big shot here. I'm not trying to be the greatest in sliced bread. You know what I mean? I'm in bigger trades right now, spot, that mean a lot more to me. But I understand price action. I'm teaching you price action. It's not really about my money. It's about you understanding what's happening to the upside, baby. Well, look at that beautiful short squeeze that we just called in the smaller time frame. We didn't freak out. We didn't get emotional. We stayed calm. We were able to make it happen. All right? Look at that, dude. Look how it all played out. Look how I used the 30-second in tandem to the 1 minute. You know how long it took me to understand this? I had to do this over and over again. I mean, it was insane. And then to add the leverage and know what you're doing. At 34x leverage, I could have been rocked so fast. It was still $400 in there at 34x leverage, man. I was still risking my money. In 2 seconds, this could have turned, and I could have lost it all. I just want you to understand these concepts. All right? Trading is like you're in and out, man. Especially on a day like today with high leverage, you're in or out. Do not push yourself. I want a quick 100. Thanks for explaining the take profit strategy. What's confusing is you, SMA, EMA, and MA, which one to use. See, that's not confusing to me. I only use the SMAs, and I've been using them for 10 years. I don't use EMAs. You know what I mean? Every once in a while, I use an SMMA, a weighted. And if you're going to use something, you got to add it slowly. It's just like driving cars in the driveway. You just got to add it slowly. Like if you're really good at SMAs and you want to use EMAs, what's the difference between an SMA and an EMA? Who knows the difference? The EMA puts more, if you have a 21-day SMA and you have a 21-day EMA, the 21-day just takes 21 days and divides it by 21. That's it. All right? The EMA takes the last 5 days, all right, and puts more weight on them. Okay? EMA is faster, but at the same time, if you know how to front run an SMA, then you can use it just like an EMA. See? I front run SMAs. And what I mean by that is I can see, look, if you go back in time here somewhere, and you could have saw that the 50 was about to cross the 200. I do this all the time on my trading group. You guys see me do it every day almost. A lot of my trades are based off the 50 coming towards the 200. I look at everything else. Well, look, I'll go back in time here with the replay tool. And right here, when I saw that this 50 was coming for the 200, I front run that. I start building the trade right now because I know once that crosses, we're going to rock it to the upside. Not every time, but it's very likely. The smaller time frames, the more probable it is. And look at that, you're gone. You're gone. Now, it doesn't mean you're going to pump from that moment in time. See how we dipped after the fact? It's not a signal. It's not a buy signal. It's never been and never will be. It's an idea signal. It's saying this is going to happen in the future. It's a future. It tells the future is what it does. It tells the future. You like my bracelet, right? It tells the future, all right? You like my bracelet? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. And now we're still in the trade. Now. We got ourselves a little flag here that's likely going to continue, right? And now I can't tell for complete surety, but there's such a high probability in my mind that this is going to break now because we got a beautiful flag. And now we have a measured move up to 36,580, and Bitcoin's just getting right back into the pocket. And remember, we got this whale right here waiting for us at 36,650. We're likely going to crush the shorts again right now. A short squeeze is about to happen right now. If you're short right now, again, I can't tell you what to do, and I'm not a financial advisor, but if you're short right now, you're about to lose your account, or you're going to get rocked. I still can't believe how much liquidity they have down there at 36,000. Like, they're going to take us there. Or they're spoofing people. I don't know what they're doing, but they didn't spoof me. All right? See, this guy just said we're going down. All these VWAP traders testing VWAP going down. I don't know what's going to happen, see? See, I'm more open-minded than you, and I think because I'm more open-minded than you, I'm probably going to win the trade. You never know, though. But you said testing the VWAP going down. I said I have no idea where price action's going. I do know that falling wedges break up 68% of the time, though. And I do know that previous resistance becomes support, and that's a great place to long. And I do know when stochastics are low that we go to the upside. And I do know when the MACD is showing lack of momentum right there that there's a chance that the bears aren't around. Again, this could double top. Let's look at the 30-second chart. We could be double topping here. We do have resistance at 36.4. So I don't say what's going to happen. I just go off what the indicators tell me what's likely going to happen. Thank you. Hey, Sammy, Cup and Handy is forming on the SPX. Well, you know, they could be using the fair price. Okay? That's why you're liquidated. They're on the fair price. When you go hard you're probably using a lot of leverage, you know? A lot of people, they ask all these issues they have trading. 90% of the time, they're just using too much leverage, in my humble opinion, you know? But you do you. You know what I mean? I have a risk tolerance that I know myself as. So look, that's resistance right there. And now you're hoping that you can make this flag. What is she doing, that cutie pie? I love my 2-year-old daughter. She is the cutest thing in the world. Oh my God. She was so cute. We wanted to have another kid because we were just like so in love with her. I want to do my own charts. I need a course just to need to know what to use the VMA volume in SRSI. Join my class. It's the last Saturday of every month. It's $150. It'll be this month, the last Saturday of every single month. That day is going to be the 25th of November. I'm going to have to teach class on Thanksgiving weekend, and I will do it. I will teach that class, babe. All right? Because a lot of people will be home from work, and that's going to be a really good time to educate people. And because I don't work like everybody else, I can take that holiday weekend and work my butt off for everybody else that doesn't have the time. And that's what I'm here for. I created time. My life has time now for everybody else. I have time to teach you. I have time to dedicate myself to you because I got myself into a good place financially, spiritually, mentally, and physically. I feel good at what's happening. Look, that's a beautiful, that's going to moon. I love this. This trade looks really nice right now. And look, now you got the golden cross. Boom, boom, boom. And now the 1 minute's going to go for the 200 SMA one more time. The 30-second chart is our go-to right now. Looking absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Wow. I haven't stopped talking since I started the stream. It's been insane. Let me finish my top-down analysis. I didn't get a chance to actually finish it. Oh, I guess I got it. Yeah, so 4-hour time frame looks good to me. I like what I'm seeing here on the 4-hour. And did the 1 hour get back above the 200 SMA? That's the question. We did. Look, they love doing this. They love making people think we're going to dip. But here's the deal, everyone. We're not out of the water yet, and it's not over yet, all right? I want you to take a deep breath, and I want you to realize that we still could get slammed. This has to break back above the 200 SMA to remain bullish. And it has to close a candle above it, just like I was showing you on the smaller time frames. See how I'm using the 200 SMA on the smaller time frames, the bigger time frames? This is a freaking clinic. I'm running a clinic right now. If you saw me on Trading Wars last week, 2 weeks ago, I ran a clinic there. I gave Ben Armstrong a beautiful trade. He nailed it. He trusted in my sauce, and he took the biggest trade of the whole competition. All right? I'm just saying. Shout out to you. Wow, look at the balls exploding in the jar. Boom. And I must have turned off the alerts all together now. Can't even hear them anymore. They're somewhere there, though. Where's those alerts? The donation alerts. Bring that up a little bit. And shout out to everyone that subscribes to the channel and throws some cups, throws the little balls in the jar. $86 in chat revenue. And I'm going to get to your super chats. Don't worry. Wow, 1146 though. What happened? And we have 1,074 people on the live plowing through. Unbelievable. The crypto lifer is starting to be known, baby. Everybody gets it, man. They see it, man. They see it, baby. The hardest working man in YouTube, man. I love each and every one of you. Let's go, baby. Let's go. No days off, man. How do we just go through that time like that? And now we're in a nice little flag, baby. I like these flags. Falling wedges break up 68% of the time. Even better than like a triangle is a flag. Price action slowing down. You notice that? They're waiting. They're creeping on you. They're trying to see how many short or long. See, everyone thinks the market makers know what they're going to do, but they don't. They wait to see what we do, and then they shred us to shreds. We have to be on the other side of retail to win. Look, there's a hidden bullish divergence beginning to form. That means we're going to break a high above this high. That's what it means. Can you pick out hidden bullish divergence at the flick of an eye? Do you trust your hidden bullish divergence? You know what I mean? And look how we got ourselves here today. We found the inverted head and shoulder. I found this pattern. We saw the head and shoulder, but we got negated because we needed to get above the 30-second 200 SMA. Once we got above that, we knew we were more bullish. Look at the pattern starting to break out now. This pattern has a 68% chance of breaking out on any time frame it's on. The weekly, the daily, the 30-second, it doesn't matter. This is it, baby. This is it. All right? This is the sauce, baby. Buy BB Crypto. You're funny. Where do market makers get all their cash from? And unlimited, man, from exchanges. They own the exchange. Most of the market makers are the guys who own the exchanges, and then they plow the money back against you. It's all one big game, man. And exchanges print money. That's what they do. They are money printers, man. Imagine just having an ATM where the world would just constantly touch it and give you their money. Exchanges are ATMs, straight up. Now, the scary thing about this is this could be a giant rising wedge bear flag that's about to take us further to the downside. And we're going to get to that in a second. We're not out the water yet, everybody. That 1 hour needs to close above the 200 SMA. Here's the deal. Sam, you were just long. Now you said it's a bear flag. I don't understand. Well, if you want to really take trading to another level, then you should equate it to chess. When you're playing chess against somebody else, you have no idea what they're going to do. No clue at all. But you have to have a plan for everything that they're going to do, or you have to have as many plans as you can. So I decide to have a couple plans when I'm trading because you never know. You know, how does this go bearish? Well, we'll come down. We'll bearishly retest. Then we'll lose this 200. If we lose the 200, oh my gosh, we're going to dump. The 200 SMA will be the saving grace to the day, or it will be the leading way for the Bears to win. Super. And look, now we are starting to kind of play with this idea. Okay? Now we are starting to play with this idea. All right? And I don't like to lose. I like green. Right? I'll close the long and I'll get back in at another time. If we break above the 200 SMA and then I make a flag up here, I'll get in again. Okay? And there's a chance this plays out really nicely. I like the hidden bullish right here. Trust me, this looks pretty good. But there's some sketchiness brewing. And there's no need to... If you feel like you're pushing yourself into risk, and when you're trading, if you ever got bullied in school or someone ever forced you to do something, if you're trading and you feel like you're forcing yourself to do something, you know, whenever I feel that way, I get out of the trade. You know what I mean? If I feel like I have to do something, I get out of the trade. And look, I could see this possible dump coming here. Look, there's kind of a shoulder, head, and shoulder there. Now, we don't want to lose this 200 SMA now. We don't. Okay? Sketchy business. All right? And see how I exited the trade with ease? When I saw something that didn't look right to me? When I noticed that something was off? See how I was able to just kind of make that move easily and, you know, without thinking about it? And look, you just lost this trend line now, and you're coming to the 200 SMA. You lose that in the 30-second, you will go lower. You will go lower. So here's the deal. Today, we must close a candle back above the 200 SMA on the 1 hour time frame to remain bullish. Super, super important. All right. Almost feel like we left the pattern, came back in, but this is what I'm looking at here for now. It's a very weird, I guess you could call it a broadening falling wedge. I have no other way to place it. To me, it really looks like this, and you barely retest at the bottom of the pattern, you know? What I also see is kind of a shoulder ahead and, you know, some shoulders there too as well. And now the 1 hour RSI is pointing, stochastic is pointing to the downside. That's a bearish sign, okay? The key is to make your trades, get in and out. The CME is above the 200 SMA, but MEXI is below it. On what time frame? Interesting. That's so weird, right? But Binance too, though. Well, this is USD. Let's look at a USD chart. USD can change. This is USD, right? Oh, no, this... Yeah. The CME is USD. You notice Tether and USD are different. It's really weird. Also, though, I don't know... That's interesting. Hold on, I want to see something. BTC USD on Coinbase. Yeah, it's weird. The CME is above, below. I don't get it. I've never noticed that before. That's an interesting concept. CME is saying that we're getting saved by the bell, though. And we never lost the 200 SMA, and it has hidden bullish divergence. That kind of swings up while that swings down. Tells me we're going to have a huge pump to the up. The CME is suggesting we're going to get a massive pump. That's weird, man. That throws me off a little bit. I've never seen that. I'm going to talk to people about that. Why is the CME showing, you know, again, the CME are contracts, not the actual entity. So it's not, you have to remember that it's not actual Bitcoin. And more people buy the actual contract than Bitcoin. So it plays with that. It's kind of playing with that idea, you know. They're not the exact same asset at the end of the day. So because they're not the same asset, they're not exact, you know. They're the same asset, don't get me wrong, but when you buy Bitcoin and you buy a CME contract, you're not buying the same physical thing. You're buying two different things. You know, so I always tell traders that. They're like, how come this isn't like that? I'm like, well, they're supposed to be correlated, but at the end of the day, like if more people want to trade the CME today than want to buy Bitcoin, then that's going to look a little different, period. Because more people are going to trade that asset, right? Just things to think about and keep in your mind, all right? I'm working on joining the trading group. I should be in there this weekend. God bless you, man. I can't wait to see you there. Did you sign up from Sam Pinned? Yeah, hit the pinned comment right there, cryptolifer.com. That's the best place. We want you to sign up. That's where I basically save the most money on the transaction fees. Join today at cryptolifer.com. I'd greatly appreciate it. And sign up to our newsletter, everybody. The newsletter is going to be amazing. Having a Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale, November 24th to 27th, up to 35% off the original prices. If you join the newsletter, you will have access to the sale before everybody else, and you will also pay less. You also get an extra discount on top of it for being super loyal and deciding to join my group, man. And look, ever since I did sell, the price action did slop. Now we got to get held by the 200 SMA. You lose that, you're going to go lower, period. And we're not out of the water yet. We're not out the water yet. All right. Wow, this action has me going today. Whew. So look, we still have hidden bullish divergence, even on the 2-hour time frame, which suggests that we go higher. It suggests that we break out of this. This is a broadening falling wedge that still could break out bullishly. How these usually break out is you'll come up here like so. You'll hit this area and then you bounce on out of them. And look, whenever I show you something, Google it. A broadening falling wedge and type in trading, right? And you'll see this stuff. Now, I probably misspelled it or mistyped it. My spelling's good, and these are broadening falling wedges where it is right here. See this? That's what Bitcoin's doing right now. And they usually come up, hit that area, and they bounce to the upside. A descending broadening wedge pattern explained. All right. And I just, I know all my patterns, man. I know so many. There's so many of them. But this is what Bitcoin's in right now. All right, for sure. All right. You can see it clear as day. Okay. These are bullish patterns. All right. A lot of people don't know these patterns. It throws them off. They're only traditionally trained. They can't see the sauce. All right. Wow. Back to 327. We did get the bounce off the 200 SMA. So what I do now, look, I close everything down and I reassess what I'm looking at. Go to like the 1 minute. I don't want to be too far away from my price action idea. I remove my moving averages sometimes so I can just see things in clarity. Clearly, we have a support there and we had resistance. We flipped that. So we're back above 36277, which is a great sign. Okay? Not bad at all. And then on top of it, now we have a nice little flag that's going to bounce off support. And now you're trading support and resistance. And if you can trade, and you don't want the right shoulder now. See, shoulder, head, right shoulder. See how I'm always open-minded? And it's hard. When you're first a trader, I could only keep one idea in my head. I couldn't have put the right shoulder there because I wouldn't have been able to open the trade. I would have been like, you also have a beautiful gap in the VRVP here, which tells you if you can get above the POC, you're going to pump pretty hard to the upside. So here's another possible scalp trade that I'm willing to think about taking because I could put my stop loss right here below previous support or resistance, and we bounced off of the 200 SMA on the 30-second chart. Okay? I don't mind the stochastics on the smaller time frames too much because they are small and they're finicky, right? 36.3 is kind of the place now that we're having a bit of an issue. We're either bouncing above it, bouncing below it. That's going to be our battleground right now. And look, now you have a resistance here at 36.367 that you're going to have to watch pretty closely, okay? Moving forward, let's go back into the macro analysis. So the macro analysis brings us all the way back here. And so let's kind of form it again one more time. I'm gonna get rid of this line because we don't really need it, but that is the projected pattern that I put out that we could be making on the bigger time frames, and that could take some time for us to fill it out. But we know that I can recreate that at any time. We know that this is that diagonal trend line on the weekly that we do not want to lose. That's bear city if we end up losing that, right? So I am not going to go crazy bearish unless I see I lose this, and then we lose the 200 SMA on the 4-hour time frame. Those two things happen, you will see me begin to short more. You will see me call for lower lows. And again, don't listen to anyone that tells you where they know the market's going. Oh, it's going to do this, it's going to do this. They have no idea what the market's going to do. Nobody does, all right? All we have is indications and indicators that teach us the highest probabilities of what could happen. That's it. Everything else is nonsense. Everything else will just get you rocked and wrecked. If you trade the way I'm teaching you, just simply by the price action, just simply by technical analysis, you're going to win half the battle. Like, you're going to understand so much, and you're not going to be emotionally trading. Most people are going to get rocked and wrecked because they emotionally trade, okay? You can't be emotional when you trade. You can only look at this stuff and play what you see, okay? And remember, I just did all that fun stuff on MEXC. MEXC is the place to be, all right? 0 spot maker and taker fees. So when I get into MEXC, I don't pay any fees. I mean, it's amazing. Unless I'm doing a 0.2% taker fee. And they did up the fee, but it's still 3 times lower than all the other exchanges. All the other exchanges are 0.06, 0.07, sometimes even 0.08. Still the best. And you can still get in on your spot. You can market in on spot and not pay a dime. I mean, that's insane. Not paying to market in on spot, I mean, this is insane. You won't get this anywhere else. Hit the link in the description below. Also, their futures account is just so much easier to navigate than all the other ones. I was using one the other day on that competition. It was so hard. It wasn't nowhere near as fun as using MEXC. MEXC makes it easier to make money. Makes it easier, or less difficult. Nothing is easy in life, but less difficult for sure. And they definitely provide they got an award for this interface. It's awesome. All right. Now, if you want to trade spot the same way, I trade Alt Tradie. Alt Tradie provides the same exact scenario where you can raise your stops, drag and drop, get it all done. Exactly. So if you're used to this and you want to trade spot, jump into Alt Tradie. Shout out to the $91 in chat revenue. Thank you so much for being here. And I was about 20 minutes late, so I will add that on the end of the stream. So we're not out of here till about 12:20. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. 1,072 people kicking it with me, and there's no reason to leave yet. We're not done yet. We're not done yet, baby. I see another trade possibly coming. This is a Sammy Cup and Handy now. This is the notorious. This is what I'm known for. The Cup and Handle. The Sammy Cup and Handy to the upside. They can't take it. So many jealous heads out there. They can't handle it. And if you're insecure about yourself, if you don't feel like you're hitting your wins the way you want to be, then I'm probably going to rustle your feathers a little bit. That's just what happens. When someone is successful and spot on, it will get to you a little bit if you're not doing what you need to do. And again, pray to God every day. Work out every day. Get yourself in a good spot mentally. And, because just, talking to any of the haters out there, the secret haters out there, I love y'all. I love each and every one of you with a lot of love, too. Like, you have no idea. That fire passion that you have, we're going to flip that into passion, baby. We're going to turn the hate into passion. So I see this as a cup and handle. There's your low, low, low. I mean, 3 higher lows in a row. Can you hold this higher low? I still see shoulder, head, and shoulder there. Let's look at our 30-second chart one more time. Only got the 1 second, no 30-second. Interesting. But I got it right here, a perpetual, right? So see how you're not trying to lose the 200 SMA? See how it keeps coming into play? I don't like how the 50's curving down, though. Usually not a great sign. We need those to flip. We need price action to flip that back up around. If the 50 creeps back to the 200 SMA, the shoulder, head, and shoulder will start to play out. What do you do when you see a bullish and a bearish pattern? Falling wedge breakout, head and shoulder. I'm confused. I'm a beginner. I hit the stochastics. When the stochastics are low with lack of bearish momentum, I must believe that we're going up. Also, there's a bullish div here. So bullish divergence so I look at my stochastics and my RSI to get that extra added additional move, to get the extra, if I need a little extra, that's what I'm looking for. All right. Now we have a POC on the VRVP. See the VRVP volume range visual profile. We get above this line, we're going to the upside. Okay. I'm going to attempt to jump into the super chats now, but it's been all Bitcoin all day, baby. Shout out to everybody here. I didn't get a really chance. Casper is moving. Shout out to Juan Carlos for the 5 beans. Hold the lower trend line. Super chats, DOMI Game, NOIA, Litecoin, GMX, Cream, Caspa, and Woo Network. Let's get these done real quick. We're going to jump on into them. Let's take a look at DOMI. DOMI Online. Remember when we first went over this thing? Now, it's not on a lot of exchanges. Only see it on Gate.io, and you probably can get it on PancakeSwap as well. It's a decentralized coin. Let's take a look at DOMI Online, baby. So DOMI was just 0.04, and it pumped all the way to 2 cents. Did a 5x. I mean, all these coins have just been absolutely out of control. What I like about DOMI right now is it's hidden bullish. That has in on the 4-hour time frame. It's in the broadening falling wedge. Same idea. I see this making a massive move to the upside. It might make one right shoulder there. See shoulder, head, right shoulder before it breaks on out. But this is definitely something that I'm watching, and I'm watching it very, very closely. Now you have support and resistance flipping too right here if you bounced off of it. I wouldn't be surprised if DOMI continues to the upside all the way to 3.9. DOMI online. A lot of these new coins that nobody knows about, and people get 100x, 1,000x, and the time was down here when nobody cared of DOMI online half a penny, right? I do see DOMI making some gains, and then even that's a 786, right? I mean, yeah. Even went lower to the 886 and came back above it. Sorry for spamming so, bro. Can you show bullish div? Yeah, you definitely have like some type of, you have what I have. You have a hyperactive disorder or something, right? It's okay. No, I shouldn't say that. You don't have a disorder. It's actually a superpower. But you're antsy on the hip, right? You're like, I get it. I'm the same way. I wouldn't be able to run the stream. So, we see eye to eye. Let's look at NOIA, then we're going to get to Solana. Wow, NOIA Syntropy right here at 2.5. I'm looking at it, and it just ripped. Came down a little bit, may have stopped a few people out. I don't really, now it looks like a descending triangle, though. So the daily just tapped to the 200 SMA. And look, I showed this as a Adam and Eve double bottom. Look, I've been looking at it. So the daily, look, you pump. I always talk about how you pump to the daily. Even when the RSI is high, they ask when the stochastics is high and I see that these are tight, I just know that this is going to get pinned, even with the RSI is high, and we're going to pump to the 200 SMA. Your key is to look for this to flip the 200 SMA. Once it flips it, it's going to go even higher. Now, you can preemptively buy right now on the low, but, so what you're looking for is a flag here on the 2-day chart so you can get a bigger move to the upside, in my humble opinion. And I could be wrong, and if this happens before that, even before you flag out, if you get above that 200 SMA, that thing is going to move. And these things are just getting started. Look, this thing can go all the way back to its all-time high. Where was this thing at? Wow. 88 cents, and it's at 3 cents right now. I mean, you're talking a massive gain. Over a 40x, right? Because 2 times 4 would be 80, or no, like 30x. Actually, it's like a 20x, 26x, something like that. 3 into 8 is 2, carry the 4, 3 into 40, right? Is 15, nope, is 14. All right. I can do the math in my head if I wanted to, but I don't feel like doing it right now, but I probably could. Now I want to do it just to prove it to you guys, but I don't want to, then I get real OCD crazy. So look, I mean, we got a double top here. We couldn't get above. Now you got a shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder. Now you got yourself a head and shoulder pattern, and you're curving in the moving averages. Now it's like, see, shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder, complex, head and shoulder. All right. And look, I'll teach you that one too. I'll teach you everything you need to know about trading. Like a boss, baby, like a boss. Complex head and shoulder pattern. Always just type in trading at the end. Otherwise, you get bottles of head and shoulders. You know what I mean? I didn't say inverted. I said head and shoulder. Give me a good example here. But this is it. Like you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You don't always get those ones, though. They can be together with it. That's one right there. See, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. See how much that looks the same as what we're looking at right now? Yeah, they look exactly the same. That's a complex inverted head and shoulder. It could be double bottoming. Doesn't mean it's going to dump for sure. We'd have to lose the 200 SMA first. 200 SMA is holding us down nicely. It's saying, no, 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 no. Remember that song? No, no, boom, boom, no, no. So this double bottom has to hold. The 200 SMA has to hold, and we are going lower. It's not the best sign, and I keep looking at that 1 hour time frame below the 200 SMA. We got to capture ourselves back above that level to remain bullish. Super, 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 super important. So my bullish or bearish for Bitcoin right now, I mean, I am expecting a bounce after what just happened, and that's likely our low for the week, man. That was our liquidation low for the week. Just like that was our liquidation for the low last on the 9th right there 5 days ago. Usually with a capitulation wick like that, you tend to recover back to the upside. I am expecting shoulder, head, kind of shoulder, and a move back to the upside here. And then if we flip the point of control at 37,100, it's all love, baby. It's all love. But only until then. The 30-second chart still speaking volumes to me, and I would be watching this 200 SMA and see how we're dealing with it. Because if we lose it, we are going to go lower, all right? I'm expecting 32K this week, to be honest. I'm not expecting anything, man. I'm open-minded. I do keep limit orders just in case, but I don't like get that in my head that I know where price action is going to go. Yeah, you don't need to expect anything. Just wait for the charts. They'll tell you what's going to happen. You don't need anything else. Okay. And everything's going to follow this kind of Bitcoin pullback. But look, this is what I talked about Solana. It got hidden bullish divergence. See it? You got hidden bullish divergence everywhere. Swing up to swing up, swing down, especially on the 4-hour time frame. Tells you that you're going to get up here and it eventually going to break that high over time. So I'm just watching Solana consolidate, really, with an alert right here. Whenever the alert hits, I get back into Solana and take it all the way up to 80. All right? That's simple stuff for me. Wait for the consolidation. When the alert hits, boom, use alerts before you do everything else. And then understand hidden bullish divergence. Swing low to swing high, swing low to the uptrend. Same thing there. Here's your downtrend. They do not match. That gives you hidden bullish divergence. So Solana's pretty cut and dry right there. Not much to talk about. Let's take a look at Litecoin, and it's not dipping that much compared to Bitcoin. Another thing you want to do is go to coinmarketcap.com. I played a cop. I played a fireman. Go to coinmarketcap.com and check it out. Ammo holding really nice, too. Look at inverted head and shoulder on ammo. Up, came back to 17.6. Ammo was holding nice. I'm bullish on ammo. Ammo to the sky. And what I want to show you is I just want to go to the 2 million here and see if there's anything strong on the 1 hour. Caspa hard at 8.9. Doesn't care about Bitcoin. Maker 14. Gas is still doing great. DXDY is still holding us down. Cosmos is okay. And Matic continues to move up above 90 cents. Chainlink even getting held. And FTT token looks bullish. So does AVAX. So does EGLD. These are like the main, these are the main chains in charge. Matic, Atom, you can see the DeFi, the chains that have DeFi and institutional investors like to get into. It's definitely something important to look at. So the 1 hour is still being bludgeoned by the 200 SMA. But the 30-second is holding it down. And see how we were able to, remember I found that right shoulder before it happened. I was able to see the shoulder. I can see this stuff before it even, I don't even know how. How was I able to do that? I don't know. That's a gift of just, and you get the gift from the charts. The charts give it to you going over and over and over again. Taking notes on all the vocabulary and trading words that you say. Amen. I have to use KuCoin to deposit and then transfer to MEXC. That's fine. That works. Sad, the fact that you get to deposit on KuCoin is a blessing. I don't get to do that. They go hard. Life is hard for us here. So look, Litecoin was in a nice little trade. It boomed all the way up to a 113 back in July. Came back down. A few people were trading it back at 69. Got to that high. Let's take a look at Litecoin. Actually, I have a better trade on it. That was the KuCoin chart. I'm on the MEXC now. Someone was in a trade recently. He was showing me the trade, talking about it. That trade's still up technically if you live through the dip. Right from that entry there at 68.60. It still went lower, though, on the dip. So whenever I'm looking at a coin this big, I want to look at the weekly time frame and break it down. I mean, if I had 1,000 people on the live now, I'm like, it's so funny how life, sets levels. Like, once you have 1,200, you're like, oh, I'm only down to 1,000. It's like, but I used to have, it's just nuts, man. And thank you for all who found me yesterday and came on back. And shout out to the YouTube algorithm. They realize, man, that this is the place to be. All right? This is the place to be, man. So let's take a look at Litecoin. It attempted to do a double bottom with a higher low here. It has this kind of funny forming uptrend. That's got this bigger forming downtrend. So you're looking for Litecoin to kind of form this formation here and get tighter and tighter in the zone. Let's look at the moving averages. The 5-day chart, you're getting tight. You'd like to pump up to the 200 SMA. This is a bit of a double bottom, too, with a higher low. 3-day chart is getting resistance from the 200 SMA. You must flip that to remain bullish. You also have support right down there at about 66.98. So here's the deal. I would flag this out in a bit of a cup and handle here like that and see how Litecoin can get its move further up. If it gets earlier, like we said, above the 200 SMA, I would ride it to the top of the channel and, heed some support and resistance levels along the way. All right. But again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. Just take a look at the charts and play the charts the way they're supposed to be played. If you don't understand what I'm doing and you have no clue, join my trading group to get the education. All right. It'll blow your mind. Let's take a look at GMX. GMX is a derivative exchange, a decentralized derivative exchange with leverage. We got a lot of these coming out. And again, because more and more people want to trade on decentralized exchanges, I could see these things moving. So I talked about this breaking out. I didn't really check it since then. It did break out. Let's see how far it broke out. Up 18%. Still holding gains of 9%, which in Wall Street people would drool over. And it's above the 200 SMA on the daily. Usually now that it breaks above the 200 SMA on the daily, it's going to let go. And so I wouldn't be surprised if you saw decentralized exchanges. DXDY was kind of leading the way. GMX is one of them. These are all going to start to move. Even Cake has been expanding as a decentralized exchange to the next level. But GMX so far broke out. The 50's coming for the 200. That's how you front run it because it is latent. So this looks like it's going to moon, man. Like this is, whenever I see stuff like this, I almost put like 1,000 or 2,000 on it. And I just know it's just such a high likelihood of rallying. But again, you do whatever makes you happy. I can't tell you what to do at all. At all. Let's take a look at Cream, but that looks really good to me. I would be looking at that flag. And again, I'm not going to post until Bitcoin really settles. If we can get Bitcoin back above that 200 SMA, you know, we're seeing some struggles there. We did lose that channel on the 30-second chart, right? My whole back just tensed up. Oh, my back gets tight. A lot of pressure, man. And so remember when I got out of the trade because I saw that we had lost this trend line and I didn't like it right there? What a smart move, right? Boom, would have lost the whole trade and more. Remember when I took 75% off the table at the right time? Bam. Sam, I think you could use a little nap. Oh, I always nap after the stream, man. Perfect time for me. I've been going hard since 7 in the morning. 5 hours straight. And I bring my daughter to school. And I attempt to work out. Today, I didn't get a chance to work out, but I will tonight. I will later on tonight. And that's rare for me to do, but yeah, I see this guy when he's talking about Cream. And honestly, this is DeFi. People are using Cream to do DeFi stuff, so they don't really care. But yeah, look, it pumped there, and it's doing the same thing again. Yes, it's a smaller falling wedge. And the market will depict, if the market gets crazy, this thing will dump. But I like what you're seeing here. Measured move takes you to 24.38. Stop loss. Previous resistance becomes new support. You know, MACD is turning a little bit, but it could be lack of bearish momentum. And the stochastics say yes. I mean, you're playing an SR flip on a falling wedge. The probability is in your favor, but it doesn't mean it's gonna win every time. But the probability is in your favor. I'd set an alert on this. This is worthy to post to the group. Cream, and they got it on Mixie. They got it everywhere. I remember one of the first trades I ever took, like when I was in like a trading group or something. Someone like talked about Cream, and I was like, "Oh, Cream!" Like, so I always have this funny. I mean, and so you got to use this link that I put in. And the reason being is we want you to opt in, because if I have other things that I want to teach you about, you click this link, and that's a promotional opt-in that just says, you know, I could send you something else. You agree to receive periodic emails from Remote Chief containing information, you know, just to protect your rights. You know what I mean? I do see Cream. Cream's interesting. I'm going to put Cream on the radar. All right? We called a long and a short today on the live, tandem-wise. You know what I mean? Set alerts on Cream. Okay, Super Chat, Casper, and Woo Network. And you guys, I go over Casper every 5 seconds. And it boomed up to 9. It broke the resistance. That thing could start to moon now. It's so crazy what it does. Look at shoulder, head, kind of a shoulder. Had an inverted head and shoulder down here too as well. And again, even my Casper buy is in the money already, which is crazy, right? If we go to spot, and here's MEXC again, link in the description to MEXC. If you want to join MEXC, man, I do get a commission. I greatly appreciate it. If you want to give back to the channel, CryptoLifer.com, join the trading group, and join the newsletter through here, not through the one that comes up on the website, which is, I mean, now you got people going, you should take the opt-in off then, don't you think? I mean, wouldn't that be a smart idea to take that opt-in off when it pops up? Because people are going to go now and it's going to pop up and then, you know what I mean? And now we're going to lose that ability. That should always have had an opt-in from day one. So we learned our lesson now. All right. But we're all right. You know, we'll figure it out. We'll get the developer to get it in, and then we'll get to the next level. Bitcoin's starting to get crushed. It did not stay above the 200 SMA. That's bearish for me. You got to get back above that to remain bullish. However, we're starting to get pretty sold down, and they did liquidate as many people as they can. But again, they could be greedy and go for more. There's a nice bullish div there on the 32nd that could stop the pain, but we did lose the 200 SMA. And then we lost it. We got rejected by the 200 SMA. We never got back above it. That's why it's a perfect place to take profit, because many times you could lose the whole trade there. Like, it will just start to drop. If you get above it, the thing will rip. So you don't know what's going to happen. So that's why selling a partial 75% right there is the goal. All right. Tuning in on the lunch break. Give me that sauce, Lifer. Hope you're doing good. Shout out to Super Crunchy Squeaky Jesus Crypto, man. God bless you for being here. What a funny name you got. Turning in on the lunch break. Yep. So BookMap's got an order right now waiting for us at 35,950. And then they got that bigger slew of liquidity down there that we were talking about, all the way to 35.6 and 35.4. So BookMap says now that there's just more liquidity to the downside. There's still a whale right up here at about 36,650. And we could definitely get a short squeeze. It's funny, whenever I get a big ball like that and a big buy on volume, usually a short squeeze starts to ensue. Looks like they're about to squeeze the shorts yet again. Yep. I don't know why, but it looks like it's going to happen. Watch for these balls to gyrate. Whenever you get 1, 2, 3 like that, and then you get a gyration, and then usually the next move is a short squeeze. That's some big buy volume right there for Bitcoin. All right. Hey, Sammy, greetings from Brazil. God bless you. 24th to the 27th. Jump on in today, baby. We love you. The Black Friday sale is the 24th to the 27th, Friday to Monday. And look, we're waiting for this short squeeze yet again. So Caspa, it just broke. Shout out to Joe Afio. Quick look at TRB, please. Ooh, I'm about to get out of here, man. We closed Super Chats down a long time ago, but I'll take a look if I can. But yeah, over 12 o'clock. But, I get exhausted. We had 1,200 people on the stream. It was a bit insane, I'll be honest. So look, resistance here. Can we get back above this level? That's the key level that we want to see we get back above. But we did break this level. It could be a bear trap. I mean, a bull trap, and we end up back inside the pattern. But what you want to watch is for Caspa to stay outside, period, right? Let's take a look at the 15-minute. 15 minutes overbought. So you draw a flag here. If it can flag out and stay outside the pattern, it's bullish. If it breaks back inside the pattern, you're dumping back down here. You do have a golden cross of the 15, which suggests that you probably don't go back below the pattern, but you never know. You never know. Only time will tell, baby. Only time will tell. I draw this flag out. I put an alert here so I don't have to stare at it the whole time. And we go from there. But it did breach this trend line, and the shoulder, head and shoulder did break on out and had a golden cross on the 15-minute time frame. It also hit resistance, though, at about 91324. BB? Are you here? Are you downstairs? I just saw you, man. I'm hallucinating. I just saw you walk by me. It's so weird, man. I must be losing it. Definitely losing it. You know what it is? Ever since she scared me that day on the channel, I think I'm like weary of getting scared. Look, when we told you there was a short squeeze coming, how is that not a liquidation event, though? Those are liquidations right there. Nice pump back up for Bitcoin. How did I know that was going to happen? I could just see the way the balls gyrate tell a story. The more you use BookMap, the more it can teach you kind of what's happening. Oh, we got to go to the appointment. Oh, I forgot. I didn't remember, babe. You got to... dude, I use all my brain capacity to do this. Everything that I know goes out the window for that hour and a half. It's like, yeah. So Woo Network's in a bit of a cup and handy there. All right. Yeah, everyone, I'm not going to be able to get to that extra super chat. I got to go bring my wife to a baby appointment. Like, We're going to go find out and make sure everything is somewhat safe and secure and everything's going well with my child that could be born, you know. My unborn child, baby. I'm about to get liquidated on my short. Yikes. Don't get liquidated, man. Use a stop loss, bro. What's wrong with you? Why do people do that, bro? Why don't you just trade leverage to see? That's why you should learn how to trade spot. When you trade spot, you can't get liquidated. So if you trade leverage the same way, then you can't get liquidated, right? Look, the daily's getting a golden cross. Really good sign for better movement. And Moon Network going sideways. And then just look for it to hold these levels. Look, that's an Adam and Eve double bottom right there too. So every once in a while when I see an Adam and Eve double bottom, I'll see a little flag and then a big move to the upside. Watch the smaller time frame for some love, the 4 hour, and just see if you can stay inside the pattern. I'd set an alert here and keep watching it. But I do see some signs of bullishness for the Woo Network. Again, Bitcoin has to play. All right. See if I can do TRB. I never want to have someone hanging. I feel so bad if I leave somebody hanging. It's just not my thing. Especially Joey, man. I love you, Joey. So TRB, man, it took a huge bearish div. It fell down. It's now in a bear flag, in my humble opinion. And remember, this coin just got absolutely... You have to remember, like, venture capitalists and people that don't care about you will pump these coins up. And you'll think it matters. Oh, and then they'll just take them all the way down again. The only way to win is to DCA at the very bottoms of the bear market when they don't they don't have anyone to manipulate. Okay? Super important. So that's... And I've perfected these things, and I've been trying to teach you guys this, but again, it kind of happens as you learn, you know? So TRB has a hidden bullish div, and it's oversold. This is my old little idea that it breaks out, breaks back inside. And then if you pull a fib on this, kind of weird though, but that is the 706 Fibonacci level. And you retrace back down, golden pocket style. I wouldn't be surprised if this breaks on out and just the fact that it didn't do that, like just negate that idea. Previous support becomes resistance. The 21's curving a little bit, not my favorite thing. But the 2-day looks good. You know, I'd watch this a little closely, but there's a chance that, you know, set up a support or resistance area. If you SR flip the zone, I would be in. So if you can get back above this and bounce, that's an aggressive entry, but I like that at 101.98 somewhere for TRB. Bitcoin back at 340. That's a great sign. It's battling. It is battling, baby. And it didn't go, you know, look, but look what's crazy is the complex head and shoulder played out. That's an easy short right there that we put out, right? I didn't get to show it to you because I was doing, you know, other things. And then you had a divergence and you bounce off the divergence. Now you want to see if you can, now look, you have a low, you have a high, you have a higher low. You're now forming a micro uptrend. And you want to see price action do this, make an ascending triangle, and then break to the upside. Everybody, I'm out of here for the day. Thank you so much for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. May God bless you all for being a part of the live stream. I don't think I have time for the research, Jamie. Let's see if I can pull off everything and be the man that does all my obligations here. Okay. Hi, my name is Samuel James Price, and welcome to the news. Every single day, I do a 3 to 5 minute segment that shows you what's happening in cryptocurrency, fintech, and Web3. Let's break it down right now and see. DY chain goes live. Trading goes live. Enters beta mainnet stage following governance vote. I mean, this is cool. The beta mainnet stage has gone live, enabling active trading across more than 33 markets. The standalone Cosmos-based Layer 1 DYDX chain has entered its beta mainnet stage, enabling active trading to go live for the first time following a decisive governance vote. Transitioning from its alpha stage, DYDX chain's beta launch occurred at 8:45 a.m. on Monday, according to a blog post. And again, I put this out of the trading group. I could see this making a bit of a move here. Let me kind of move into this for a second. We were into this coin for a long time. We actually had a huge pump on it around the Sam Bankman-Fried time. I remember about a year ago was the first time I started trading DYDX. Looks nice on the 1 hour. Look at the pump it got from that news too. Unbelievable move to the upside. I saw it in a flag. The thing would absolutely do serious damage. Amazing. And it's up big today on that news, DYDX. I saw it in this channel, And I'll show you, I'll put it out to my trading group here. If I Google DYDX, I'll be able to find it for you. But if you're in my trading group, DYDX, and always search stuff like this, I try to make it clean, USDT. But I put a trade out for this thing. I could see it moving, getting so tight, and a move is coming on 9/6, right? This thing has boomed since then. If we recreate this idea and we take a look at it on the daily time frame, and this is on the MEXC chart, I believe it was, I'm trying to find, look at the daily, and I'll be able to recognize the patterns. So if you look here on the chart, I see that's the dip and then the little dip there. So that's the dip and the little dip there. So I had this for you on the 6th, basically in, even earlier I started putting it out in September 9th. But ever since then, it's been booming and went all the way from 186 to 352. I call that for you guys in the trading group as well, DYDX, all right? I gave it to you a month in advance, so you were ahead of the game. Protocol Village, Visa-backed agro token stablecoin backed by commodities to launch on Polkadot. A Visa-backed token to launch on Polkadot. And honestly, maybe Polkadot gets bigger than I ever thought. It got bogged down by the parachains, but this is a big deal. And that's actually some big news right there. Polkadot getting some love, and the fact that you see the name Polkadot, right, with Visa, that's a big deal. Visa definitely getting hard into blockchain. Smart company. Circle to enable, they don't want to become Blockbuster. Circle to enable cross-chain USDC transfers with Cosmos Noble later this year. And that's why I love Atom. Atom is a hub. Atom connects things. People don't realize how big Atom's going to be. And there you got DYDX right there too. And said in a note to CoinDesk, its default setting for its chain uses USDC as collateral. It's a big deal if you can use it across chain. Cross-chain operability is the future, and that's what we're looking for. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Crypto is life.